If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
Hello, kitties. This is yours truly, the Crypt Keeper, and you're listening to Slasher Radio.
Welcome to Slasher Radio with your host Mikey Bones, Rob Humphrey, and Kat Valor. We are here for night 2 of the Slashies, guys. What's going on?
Oi.
Non-patrons are so confused. Rob, as mentioned on the Patreon show, has finally come around to the word oi. And Rob, I was thinking since you told me that, because we had to record the Patreon show, we had a bunch of shit to do in between. But I was thinking, are you doing this to ruin oi for me?
No, dude, I'm telling you. I started watching Ted Lasso. My favorite character says oi all the time, and so now I'm on board.
And I don't believe him.
I think that it's true, but I think there may be an ulterior motive. I think it's like 60-40. He wants to ruin oi.
Oh, come on, bruv.
Yeah, that's just weird. I don't like that at all.
They say that a lot, too, on Ted Lasso, yeah.
Stop watching new stuff. You get annoying whenever you watch new stuff. It's like it's a whole phase with you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm practically British now.
I'm Australian, so you can be British all you want. Speaking of Australians, we did, hold on, I forgot to pull that up. We did, oi to Tim, by the way. Always oi to Tim. Dummies are. We did get we got a new patron. They took advantage of the free week trial.
Oh, another one of those, huh?
What? Hey, man, look. The last one was Mystic who did that. Now they're a patron. Huh?
All right.
Bro.
Oh.
Wow. That is a hell of a name.
They're in the Discord, so I don't know where they heard of us from. Oh, they do have in parentheses Trent. All right, so his name also is Trent. Love Spyro, though, so I'm not mad. That little dragon was badass. But they took advantage of the free week of the Patreon, so I figured it was a good time to mention that. Patreon.com//radio. Tier starting as low as $3 a month. You can get yourself a free week like Trent did. Trent joined the Discord last night. We were hanging out on call, and Trent hopped on in there. He's Australian.
Oh, really?
Another one, Rob.
Oi, Trent.
They're coming from everywhere, dude.
Oi,
Trent.
When he started talking, I went, wait a minute. And I said, you have no idea how happy I am that you're Australian. This may sound weird, but he was talking to us about horror movies and real horror fan, Trent.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they've got some of those in Australia.
Yeah, I know, but that's the thing. Like the Discord is kind of turned, like it's really the gaming crowd and we're trying to mend as much, but this is kind of like Trent's a horror fan. Like he didn't really talk about any games. He was just talking about movies. I love that.
Now, Trent didn't show up for the movie night last night that we had, which was tremendous.
We do have movie nights on the Discord. I watch Ouija Shark 2, thanks to Rob.
Say the full title.
I'm not going to say it.
Ouija Shark 2, Ouija Shark versus Terrogator. Amazing.
You were the only one happy about that movie.
Cinematic classic.
I just heard like ominous crashing from downstairs. That's never good.
Cat might be being attacked.
Yeah. One of my greatest fears is that one day someone's going to break into my house and I'm going to be like, probably a cat, and just not even go check.
Listen, if Cat gets attacked and murdered We're going to cut that section out and put it only on the Patreon.
I support this. So I'm devastated though, because while my house was being broken into, while I was being attacked, I was also Googling, there's no like single Terrogator film. Like this isn't an Alien versus Predator situation. Like Terrogator does not exist.
I mean, they need to spin it off into its own thing though, because it was pretty damn amazing.
Yeah, I feel like Terrogator's at a disadvantage here.
Yeah. That is true. It doesn't have its own backstory and stuff. We need to know the full origins.
Yeah. No, I'm good without that.
Mikey, I told you this last night. You would have loved it if the Ouija shark had a toothache and Terrogator took a nap. You'd have thought it was great.
Besides the point, Trent did ask how the movie night went. He said he's going to try and catch one. But he also mentioned Heretic, too. He was talking about how phenomenal that movie was. You guys agree or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, great movie.
Good job, Trent.
Okay. I haven't gotten to Heretic yet.
You will hate it.
Fair enough.
I was going to defend Mikey, but no, I don't think he's going to like it.
No. There's a lot of talking.
Mikey.
It's a very dialogue heavy movie.
Kind of like Ouija Shark 2.
Well, it's not as sophisticated as that.
You have no idea how mad you make me when you say stuff like that. Well, actually, you know what? The fucked up part is you do. You're well aware of how much you boil my blood when you say shit like that. And you continue to do it. Real nice. All right. We got drink roll call to get to. We got some messages in the mailbag. And then we have night 2 of the Slashies. We're getting into the big category, the one that means the category, the movies, and some other bullshit that Rob's got.
Oh, come on. We're also going to induct somebody into the Slasher Radio Hall of Fame tonight.
I forgot to tell you, I'm going to have to. There was a last minute nominee from Nesto, and it was Count Chocula because the correct nominations have already been given.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I swear to God, Rob, if you choose Count Chocula.
I mean, that's some fucking good cereal. It's been around since I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like, I remember those commercials and shit.
But yeah, Nesto he nominated it last night, and I forgot to mention it to you, and I meant to bring it up when we started recording. I was hungover as shit today. Well, today was a whole thing. So, but yeah, God help you if you pick fucking Count Chocula. I swear to God.
We'll see. Somebody's going in tonight.
Yeah. And honestly, with all the buildup with the movies, because I haven't looked at the movies. That was the one thing I wanted to keep a surprise. I don't know who won. I'm going to find out with everybody else. And I forgot about the Hall of Fame somehow. But this is like Chris commented on the last week's episode saying something along the lines of seeing a Slashies post and knowing I still have to wait another week to find out.
Yep. We'll get to all the community stuff, and then we'll do the Slasher Radio Hall of Fame induction. And then we have to do movies. And because we never talk about this stuff before we start recording, I don't know. Last year, I feel like we that category, right?
Why do you got to do that?
What? That was the thing last year, right?
All right. Hold on.
It might have been, yeah.
What are you doing?
I try and have it. I didn't even have the bleeps up. Okay. So here we go. Now you got another one.
I don't know why you're bleeping stuff. We said like 17 times the last time Tim was on.
That was an accident. But nonetheless, you can't say that. And you said it anyway. So yes, it's going to be bleeped. Just because the year has gone by doesn't change anything.
And those bleeps don't count from that week because you didn't put in the bleeps.
That's fair. All right, fair. But honestly, I said it more than you. So you're really missing out here. So whatever. All right. Anyway, drink roll call. I am drinking my pink rosé from last week.
So there's a guy who listens to the show, and he's always talking to me on Discord. He's a listener of Horror Movie Club, but we chat on Discord, and he's a good dude. Ed is his name, I believe.
Boy, Ed.
He's got like a weird username thing, but I think it's Ed. I don't know if that's his actual name or what. But anyway, he was sending me a message about the Slashies night 1. He listened to it. He enjoyed the show, but he did ask me. He said it was nice that Mikey had champagne on hand, but why did it have to be pink? And I said, just to piss me off.
Listen, remember that 60-40 thing Kat was talking about? Honestly, regardless of how you felt about it, I absolutely would have picked the pink rosé regardless. Honestly.
So Mikey's going to get white girl wasted.
This shit didn't fuck around last time. Yeah, but no, I enjoyed it, Ed. But yes, the fact that it pissed off Rob is a little extra to it. But no, I like, there's nothing wrong with it, man. It's better than regular champagne. Why would I not get it?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Hater. You and Ed.
I can confirm that it is not better than regular champagne because they were out of the regular champagne when I went to pick up mine for the conclusion of the Slashies. So I am also drinking sparkling rosé. It's just not as good. Damn
it, Kat. It's delicious.
It's fine. It's good. I'm glad I have it. I feel very fancy, but I am a little bit disappointed that they didn't just have normal champagne. Also, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to be drinking alcohol today. So if I die, it's either the break-in or my insistence on mixing alcohol with meds.
Either way, the audio will be cut out of the main show and posted on the Patreon. So that'll be a Patreon exclusive.
All right, Rob, what are you drinking?
Well, I knew Kat wasn't allowed to drink, so I decided to show solidarity with her, and I'm drinking cheer wine.
But Kat's drinking.
I'm drinking anyway.
So here's what happened was I was out all day today, running around doing a lot of stuff, and I forgot to go to the liquor store.
Wow.
And I am sick of everything that I have in this place. Like, I looked at the booze that I have. I looked at the drink roll call graveyard stuff, and I was like, I don't want any of this.
Yeah.
So I'm just not drinking it. I'm just not doing it. I'm not going to make myself drink something I don't want just for the show. Sorry. It has to be like organic, it just has to happen. But I did mean to go to the liquor store to look for something. But I was out running around. I got donuts today that were real good. But I didn't go to the liquor store. I did go to the donut shop though.
Priorities.
And I learned a very valuable life lesson today. Never, under any circumstances, ever go to Costco on a Saturday afternoon.
The day before the Super Bowl, Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
What are you doing?
It was a goddamn nightmare.
Speaking of drinks that have been laying around, though, I found out a very dangerous little concoction last night. What was that? Oh, my Blackberry Crown Royal.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Why can't you just get Crown Royal?
What is wrong with Blackberry?
Look, nothing. It's fine. I mean, you drink like a child.
Tastes better.
I've got whiskey. Yuck. What flavor is it? Come on, man.
I have never heard anyone talk bad about. Leo was drinking Pete's Crown Royal.
Leo, I'm ashamed of you.
Leo, you drink like a child.
But also, Leo is a child.
He's not a child. He's over 21. He's allowed to drink. Look, I've never heard anyone talk bad about Crown Royal in general. It's a very sophisticated drink. And tasty, too.
Crown Royal is fine. You can drink Crown Royal all day.
What's wrong with adding flavor to it?
You can't drink blueberry or whatever.
Blackberry. It's a strong color, man. It's not even pink or nothing. I can't do shit. Anyway, I've had my Blackberry Crown Royal, which is incredible, by the way. I drink it straight a lot. Like, it's that good. But I mixed it with cherry Pepsi last time. Oh, man. You taste nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with all those, with the cherry and the black.
Yeah.
Whirling together.
Yeah. It's dangerous, though. I was slept today real hard. And I'm getting white girl wasted tonight. Oh, thanks a lot for drinking no alcohol, Rob. Appreciate that. All right. Mailbag stuff. 917-397-KILL, 917-397-5455.
Trace the call. It's coming from inside the house.
You can leave a text message for the show, voicemail for the show, or you can join the Patreon. That's kind of becoming like the dinosaur technique, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we don't really have anything from the text messages or voicemails anymore, which is disappointing. But a lot of our mailbag stuff is coming from the Patreon lately. So patreon.com//radio. You can also sign up, and that gives you the ability to comment on the episode. So like with podcasting, iTunes, Spotify, you can't really comment on anything. Either you have us on Twitter and you say something and it gets lost in the shuffle, or you go to Patreon. You're able to comment and interact and all that stuff. But that is where most of the mailbag is from. Hang on one second. I've been having some sound annoyance issues. Like last night, Rob, the movie was fucking low. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Every time you talk, I have a sound annoyance issue.
I can't believe you give me shit for Blackberry Crown. Like, that's crazy.
Lord, man.
I thought I was safe there. Like, I thought you'd be proud of me. Honestly, this one hurts a little bit.
I don't know why you would think that.
I don't know what's wrong with Blackberry
I've
cream.
ever been proud of any of us.
It's
New
happened
Year's.
a couple
I
times.
just once a year on New Year's.
That's right. Every New Year's.
No other time.
All right, here's the mailbag. I'm going to let a couple of them run, and we can, tackle them as we in bunches, kind of, sort of, save a little bit of time.
Hello, hosts and listeners. Ghostface here with some messages in the mailbag. These are from last week's episode of Night 1 of the SLASHie Awards. First message is from Carly. Mikey, enjoy your pink rosé champagne. Nothing wrong with a yummy drink. Second message is from EyeRChris. Welcome back from Spiral Rehab, Kitty Cat. You can finally come to terms that Chris Rock is the best thing to happen to Saw, and I would enjoy Stu coming back. He was supposed to cameo in Scream 2 as the mastermind sicking new Ghostface after Sydney.
Yeah, you want to take that one first?
I don't even think I'm going to be as mad about it as you are, because mine's clearly a joke. Like, nobody believes that about Chris Rock.
Yeah, but it was a targeted attack.
It is a targeted attack, and I do not appreciate this in my brief stint away from Spiral Rehab. This is going to send me running right back.
Carly, thank you. See, Rob?
Well, I think I think there was a sarcastic tone that didn't come across in the text message or in the typing. You know what I mean? Like, I think she was making fun of you, Mikey.
You enjoy it.
Carly, were you making fun of me? Don't lie to me, Carly. Like, if you were, just say it. But if you weren't, clarify, please. No, I think Carly is fine with it. I'm allowed to have pink rosé champagne. And Carly, if you were making fun of me, shame on you. You're becoming more and more of a Rob, Carly. I don't like this.
You're doing great, Carly.
Damn it.
Unless you weren't making fun of him, in which case I'm sorely disappointed.
Chris, no.
I mean, you could have just shown up with like some Bartles and James wine coolers, Mikey. I mean,
leave me and my drink alone. Chris, this Stu mockery is ridiculous. We went all over this fucking thing. We talked on Patreon last week. The Stu mockery is ridiculous. Stu is dead. I understand he was supposed to come back in Scream 2 or whatever, appear. It didn't happen. It didn't happen for a reason. Because it's dumb and because he's dead. I feel like Chris, again, I could be wrong. I'm just thinking about what he said he would enjoy Stu coming back. To me, that sounds like it would be cool to see Stu again. Sure, it would be cool to see Stu again. It'd be cool to see a million horror characters again. We guessed through a million of them on Patreon this week. What are we doing at that point? If they're dead, they're dead. We can't keep doing that crap. God damn it, Chris.
Maybe Dewey will come back too.
Go ahead. At that point, do it. Bring fucking Dewey back. Take it all away while we're at it.
What it does is it lowers the stakes of the movies, right?
Yeah.
I was going to say,
like, if anybody can die and then just come back, then what the hell difference does it make?
That was kind of not to go off on a whole other tangent. I'll preemptively rein myself in a little bit, but it's why I don't like vampire shows for the most part, is because, the vampires die and then the vampires have like potions and stuff that can bring them back to be a human, or they turn into vampire ghosts and then the ghosts get brought back and then those humans get turned into, like, if a vampire show goes more than like 2 seasons, it gets very silly. It's why I think people miss Buffy so much, because it was a big deal when somebody died on Buffy, like Joss Whedon had his issues, but he knew how to kill somebody dead in a show. Like, they're just gone. And I think that was, I miss that. And now that slashers are also starting to bring people back, I'm getting very leery of the genre, because death has to mean stuff. It's why it's shocking.
It takes so much away. Dewey's a great example though, Rob. That's why, like, yeah, it was a cool looking kill, sure. But the reason we all screamed out loud when it happened is because there was power in that moment, because a character was gone. Not because you think we're going to have that same effect if a big time character dies, knowing we'll just see him in another 3 years or, whatever it would be.
All right.
Like, for what? I mean, this is a long time, sure, but it's still the same point. He's dead. He's gone.
That's also why I hate Chad.
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
It's nothing to do with Chad's character, but man, that he should be dead. He should be gone.
And it meant nothing.
Chad, by the way, the actor who plays Chad stars in the new movie Heart Eyes, which I went and saw this week. And I bring that up because there are a lot of people who are wanting to boycott Spyglass.
Me.
Because of the Scream 7 fiasco. And I understand that. I didn't know that Hard Eyes was a Spyglass film until I saw the production logo. I don't normally know. It seems like there are certain production companies that I do know when they have like Blumhouse. I'm like, oh yeah, it's a Blumhouse movie.
Yeah.
Or A24. But for the most part, I go see the movie. I don't know who the fuck the production company is behind it until the logo comes up at the beginning.
Yeah.
But I did have a friend of mine, Sam, or Mikey, the Friday the 13th Canadian girl.
Yeah.
She was complaining about people on Twitter now who are intentionally spoiled Hard Eyes.
Yeah.
Damn.
Apparently this happened. I didn't see any of this, but apparently people spoiled the movie all over Twitter because it's a Spyglass film and they're saying they're going to do the same thing for Scream 7.
Holy shit.
And I do not like that. Like, come on.
I want to say, so I saw the Hard Eyes spoiler. I read through it. I thought it was a very interesting form of boycotting. I'm very on the fence about it because I think there are a lot of like boycotting methods that are not as extreme as never having to see it, right? Like for Scream 7, my plan is to not go see it in a theater, wait for it to hit streaming, wait for like after the release week, maybe, so that it doesn't get like the immediate numbers. But I'm eventually going to watch Scream 7, and I would be very sad if someone spoiled it for me. On the other hand, as someone that has been getting increasingly disillusioned and fed up with online activism and boycotts in general for being ineffective, I think they actually usually have the opposite of the intended effect, because the publicity about the boycott reminds people about the movie. They go to the theater. It ends up doing better numbers than if no one had boycotted it. I think this is the most impactful thing, because not only I think will it convince a lot of other people they don't need to see it in the theater if they see, like the end of the movie or whatever. I think it would actually help me keep, like, it was a lot easier because I knew that Hard Eyes was a Spyglass movie, and I was like, I'm not going to go see it. And then the trailers dropped for Hard Eyes, and I was kind of tempted. And then I read the entire plot of Hard Eyes, and I was like, well, I don't need to see that in a theater. Like, it actually helped me a little bit. I liked it, but I ended up, physically, I hit the like button on it, but I didn't go so far as to, I saw a lot of people on my timeline, like, resharing this to make it more effective. And it's like, it feels wrong. Like, I think it's going to be very effective, but it feels like it crosses a line, maybe.
It's dirty.
My official stance is if you're doing this, you're a dickbag. If you want to protest a movie and you want to boycott a movie, fine. But don't be an asshat and ruin everybody else's fun. Fuck you. That's my official stance on it. And also, by the way, if you didn't go see Hard Eyes because you read the spoilers, I can tell you, as someone who didn't see the spoilers and saw the movie, it ain't that fucking hard to figure out anyway.
I was going to say, it doesn't sound it. I didn't see it. It didn't sound like an incredible movie.
No, it actually is a good movie. I enjoyed the movie. It's not good. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. The killer looks fucking stupid. Like, I don't know if you saw the posters or any stills of the killer. It looked dumb. But sometimes you'll see it like Ethan Hawke's the killer in the Black Phone, right? That looked fucking stupid. When you saw it on screen, it looked good, though. Like, I'm saying, like the pictures look. We all said that.
Yeah, that's true.
But on screen, it looked really good. Hard Eyes, it looked really stupid, but I thought, well, it'll look good on screen. No, it still looks really fucking stupid. But the movie itself it's fun, and it is kind of something that we haven't really seen before, in that it's a mashup of a romantic comedy and a slasher film. Like, we've seen sort of that kind of, like, I always point to The Birds as like the first half is an Alfred Hitchcock romantic comedy and the last half is an Alfred Hitchcock horror film. But this blends the two together. Chris Landon, I think, was a producer on it. Is that his name, Chris Landon or Curtis?
Chris, I think.
Yeah.
He was a producer, and he's really good at sort of mashing those genres together like that. And I enjoyed it. It's not great. It won't be on my top 10 or anything at the end of the year, but it's a fun time at the theater. And I hate that people, first of all, not only are you hurting Spyglass by doing this, which is I'm fine with, that's okay. but you're going to hurt the horror genre if you're driving massive people away from seeing these films in theater. The one thing that the horror genre has going for it more than anything else is that these fucking movies always make money. Horror movies almost always make money. And that's why we get fucking horror movies made and put into theaters. And so by being a dickbag and spoiling the movie for a bunch of people because you're mad about something the company did, you're hurting the fucking genre. And you're just being a dickhead and ruining people's good times. Like, I get it. You want to take a stance. Fine, take a stance. But don't ruin everybody else's fun.
It's dirty. It's definitely dirty.
But this is also another reason that everybody should be off Twitter, which is also the other funny thing. You're fine spoiling and boycotting fucking Spyglass, but you have no problem doing it on Elon Musk's platform. Fuck you.
Honestly, like, I'm not even shocked by this. The Five Nights at Freddy movie was spoiled. The whole Matthew Lillard thing. They spoiled the shit out. Yeah, it was different. It was just some. But that's my point, though. Like, it's become so normal to spoil movies anyway. You know, that like a step like this, I'm not shocked at all. You know, like, people are just doing it to do it.
Maybe that's why I'm not as mad. Like, because I'm very anti-spoiler. I don't like having things spoiled. I've been on the don't spoil things side for a long time. I think maybe it's just a little bit like almost refreshing for me to see someone do it for a reason. I'm not going to say it's a justified reason, but I think it's more refreshing to see someone be like, I'm going full chaos, evil, I'm going to spoil everything for political reasons, as opposed to just like, I fucking hate this movie. See the end, like, I don't know. But it was an interesting story for me to go down this week. I think I'm not as mad as I maybe should have been.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I mean, it's just, I don't know. You're hurting people that didn't do it. I'm
super mad about it. And it's the funny thing is spoilers don't bother me. I don't care. Like, I don't know the ending of a movie. I'll still go watch the movie because I want to see how it plays out.
That's weird.
The ending of the movie isn't even that big a deal to me sometimes. I just want to see how we get there. It's the journey, right? I don't, so I don't mind if something's spoiled for me. But I know a lot of people do. And I don't know. There's something about this. I get the reasoning behind it. I understand it. Logically, it makes sense. But there's something about that really pisses me off.
You want to hear something spiteful?
Yeah.
Let it hang, Rob. Friend of the show, Marcus. Me and him were playing Friday the 13th one night, and these group of guys just got so fucking mad at us for whatever in the game, right? Like, who cares? They messaged me. Remember when Scream 5 came out and like it kind of leaked or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
And this was like 8 months later, messaged me the spoilers on Xbox for the Scream 5 movie. I was in awe at what I read. And I kind of chalked it up to, oh, this is fucking, whatever. This probably isn't even true. It's bullshit rumors. Who knows? And it ended up being what happened. But this is the point that, like, and this was how many years ago that movie came out? Like, with things leaking, finding things out early isn't the biggest deal in the world anymore because it happens so often. Things like this, spoilers, is like, it's kind of along that line because people share it after it's leaked, So, like, shit's been happening along these lines forever, I guess, to lessen the blow. But like, yeah, no, I understand. Like, back in the day, man, you didn't see it until you seen it. There wasn't a ton of shit on the internet. And even when there was form, like, you would have to go out of your way to find it and look for it. And it's just a day and age where everything's in your face and you can't avoid it.
Yeah.
It's still dirty though to me. So I agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, hell, half the time the fucking trailer will spoil a movie.
That's true too.
That's the one that really gets me. I've been avoiding that Final Destination trailer like the fucking plague.
Oh yeah, you and me both, but for different reasons, I feel like.
God damn it, Rob.
I was getting to a less paranoid level about it because I thought we were through trailers with spoilers, and then Companion happened, and now it's like, if there's a movie I want to see in a theater, I will pick up and leave if that fucking trailer comes on. I also, did you guys ever invent spoilers? That was something I used to do.
No, that's dirty
too.
When Game of Thrones was on, because I had read the books, if someone irritated me, I would just start making shit up. I wasn't enough of a dick that I would actually spoil things, but except for like one time, because it was one time the show went in a different direction than the books, and I did accidentally really spoil the show, and I had to go back and clarify. I was like, this is not my...
The spoiler over somebody's head once. That was fun.
I think that's also acceptable.
A friend of mine was a huge Marvel fan. I give a fuck less about Marvels. And when Endgame came out, like he couldn't go see it until I'm talking super fan. It was weird, very weird. But yeah, so I was like, dude, I know what happens. I will spoil the fuck out of this movie for you right now. And I held it over his head for like, he had to wait like 5 days. I forget why. And Bobby walks in one day, no idea of any of this. Someone brought up Endgame. I think I brought it up and kind of like a threatening nod at him. And Bobby was like, oh man, Spider-Man. And dude, he was so fucking mad. He thought it was orchestrated. Bobby had no idea of any of this. Yeah, spoilers are a bitch, man.
Like if you want to boycott a movie because Spyglass made it, fine. I don't have a problem with that, but don't be a dickbag. Jesus Christ.
Spoilers are dirty. Spoilers real dirty. Anyway, what do we? Oh, we had. Well, Jesus Christ, we have more voicemail. I forgot.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we just went on. All right, rest of the mailbag.
Next message is from Mystic. Finish Stranger Things, Mikey. I love supermassive games too, Rob. Have you played Until Dawn and etc.? Are you excited for the Resident Evil 2 V8 in Dead by Daylight? I love sriracha on my egg wrap burrito. I make for breakfast every morning on teriyaki bowls and more.
Mystic had a lot of things in that from last week.
Yeah, good Lord, I can't keep up with all that. I have played Dead by Day, or not Dead by. I have played that too, but I have played Until Dawn. I love that game, and yeah, I've played all the games that are in that Dark Anthology series, or whatever they're called. They're all fun. It's fantastic. I like the Quarry too. That was a lot of fun.
Have you played the Quarry?
Yeah, good. So yeah, I love their game. Sriracha's nasty. Stop doing that.
Out of your mind.
Honestly, gross.
We didn't have time to argue with you about it last week, and I'm not going to spend too much time on it now, but I'm going to let you know you're wrong. Sriracha is incredible.
So nasty.
I put that shit on everything. I have Frank's Red Hot.
Do you mix it in with your blackberry pin crown royal?
You are such a fucking hater, I swear to God. Stranger Things I'm going to finish. I will catch up. I think I'm running out of time, though. That new one's coming out like this year, right?
Sometime, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I got a little bit of time. I'm going to catch up on it, though. Yeah, Resident Evil, Dead by Daylight, 2v8. I like 2v8.
Yeah, 2v8's a lot of fun. I don't give a shit about Resident Evil or anything to do with it.
I mean, the Resident Evil games, no. And also, I'm in a weird spot because, like, Nemesis is my most hated killer to go against on that game. So, not thrilled about that. But 2v8, absolutely, man. I'm looking forward to that for sure. They added like herbs and stuff in there too. I heard from the Resident Evil games had herbs, which it's cool that they're thinking to implement those things. You know, like they're doing the whole Wesker RPD Nemesis thing. And it's like all Resident Evil themed. So to add a little more from it, if you're going to do it, absolutely. Yeah, that was a great move on them.
Unless I can pick the herbs up and throw them at you, I don't care.
I'm looking to throw things at me. Yeah, okay. I think we hit everything. All right.
These messages are from last week's Go Bagooly Mystery Corner. The first message is from Leah. Oh, MG, does that mean my family that owns funeral homes, waste disposal companies, and towing business are doing any of the mafia stuff? The last message is from EyeRChris. Mikey in a suit, works in, quote, transportation, and has, quote, sriracha stains on his clothes. He is making a bit of the mafia.
God damn it.
Yeah, I mean, Leah, I'm not saying your family's in the mafia,
yeah,
but
I'm sorry that you have to find out this way. Your family's in the mafia.
They're very fucking suspect.
I'm not going to beat around the bush like Rob is.
What did she say? Tow truck companies?
Waste disposal management. Yeah, that's
good Lord.
I'm sorry.
I mean, that's literally what Tony Soprano told people he did.
I don't appreciate this mafia stuff. It's not, no.
Mikey, hey, Leah's going through a tough time right now. She's got some
Just
bad
found out.
news. This one isn't about you.
But still,
Dude, maybe that's what she does. Maybe she does HR for the family business. You know what I mean? She's HR for the mafia.
Leah, why would you do this to me? Why?
That would be a really interesting show.
It would, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
Out of all the people to do this to me, I least expected it to be Leah, like ever.
Somebody files an HR complaint because a guy dropped the cannoli and took the gun.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Apple TV, hit us up. We have an idea for a show.
This too, man. Come on. What the hell is that? It's sriracha style. I like sriracha. We had this whole thing. We just argued more about sriracha. By the way, I forgot
Gross.
Mystic had a lot to cover there too. Teriyaki bowl with sriracha. I don't know about that.
I don't know about a teriyaki bowl, if I'm being honest.
Teriyaki bowls are good.
I think teriyaki's overrated.
What a hater.
I don't even know how to talk to you sometimes.
For real.
It's not strong. It's not a strong flavor for me. I don't care for it.
And you say I eat like a child. You get mad at ketchup. Well, ketchup's for children. And you don't
I
eat
didn't say you
teriyaki
ate like a
sriracha.
child. I said that you drink like a child.
Well, that too.
But ketchup is a child's condiment, yeah. Ketchup is... the only thing you can put ketchup on is fries. Beyond that, if you're putting it on anything else, you're a child.
Yeah. This whole mailbag took a very drastic turn. And I don't like any of it. But Leah, though, like, I can't believe it. This might... Well, no, Leah's sent him messages before, I'm pretty sure. But she doesn't do it often. Leah, this is what you decided to come on.
Look,
He's coming to terms with some things. Leave her alone.
Tip of the cap to Leah on this one. You got to give credit where credit's due, and she came through on this one. I appreciate it.
Mafia's not real. We shouldn't be talking about it. Then leave that there.
Well, then who does Leah do HR for?
Damn it. The lore ever expanding. All right. Well, speaking of the Gabagool Mr. Does this mean I gotta hit my fucking button?
Yes, please.
Get the fuck out of here! Yeah, go back to turning tricks in Hoboken, you pain in the ass!
It's the Gabagool Mystery Corner. Our listeners anonymously send in Gabagool Italian memes making fun of me for being Italian. I don't know why they do it. There's no hard Italian here. They're just buttholes. This is ridiculous.
This is actually more of an educational corner this week.
Oh.
It is very educational.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I didn't know this.
The memes go up on Patreon. We do our best to describe them on the show. I haven't looked at it yet. I don't appreciate it. I don't like when Rob laughs at them too hard. Let's see. Whoa. All
That's the
right.
sound Mikey makes when he learns things. Whoa.
It was a lot of racism all at once was the thing. Because there's two memes here, by the way.
It's a 2-part meme. It's fine.
Human bone structure. And it's like, like a science textbook. Like one of those pictures you see in there of like a bone that's got the layers and little things pointing and saying, hey, this is this and all that crap. And under it, it says Italian bone structure. And it's a mozzarella stick.
I like the implication that Italians aren't human.
I don't like that at all, actually. Kind of fucked up.
I do feel like the racism's a little thick in this one.
In this one?
It literally does say, here's what a human's bone looks like. Here's what an Italian bone looks like.
That's what it
part
is.
of the implication is that the Italians in this scenario are cannibalistic.
For real.
Well, it's Italian Twix. What are you going to do?
I know this doesn't help my cause here. And I also know it sounds completely made up. I literally ate mozzarella sticks before we recorded tonight.
So you ate the bones of your ancestors?
No, I ate breaded cheese that I put in my air fryer for 6 to 7 minutes on 360 degrees. That's what I ate. This is bullshit, man.
Well, look at Mikey giving out recipes.
Giving out recipes. It's on the back of the Farm Rich box, so it's not. Then there's another one, and it says human skin composition. It's got the same kind of textbooky thing of human skin and layers. It's actually kind of gross. Under that, Italian skin composition, and it's lasagna. Also, let me take a moment here. I've bitched about food on this segment of the show many a times. If I'm going to see Italian food, I'm going to critique it. This is terrible. It's like, I don't know what the fuck happened here. Like the noodles are like fried. Like, what is that? The sauce is chunky as shit. Like, what the hell is happening here? Yeah, like it's like air fried sloppy Joe lasagna is what I feel like I'm looking at here.
It isn't good lasagna. It isn't.
No.
Although those mozzarella sticks looks pretty good.
Hold on, let me see. The mozzarella sticks fire. A little more cheese, a little less breading though. But I mean, honestly, that looks like right off the Farm Rich box that I fucking had mine from. I'm not going to lie to you. Hold on a second. I'll look into something real quick. It is literally off of the fucking Farm Rich box that I had mine from. Is it? Oh, wait, maybe not. Kinda, sorta, a little bit different. I don't know. It looks like the same shit to me. Either way, this is wrong. Like, I don't understand why this has to be done. Italians are people too.
I don't know. You're made up differently, apparently.
That's not what our skin is. Or our bones.
I don't know. If I see you now, I have to bite you.
If you bite me, we're throwing hands. I'm going to bite you back. I'm letting you fucking know. Like you said, Rob, this is calling us non-human.
It kind of is, but it's okay.
Like all along, it's kind of what's being done.
Rob just like, it's okay.
It's fine.
It's not fine. It's not fine. It's not okay.
Jeez, take a joke, Mikey.
Rob gave it a pass, so it's probably fine.
That lasagna, though, what the fuck is that? I don't like it. I see it, like, it makes me more mad seeing shit like that. Cause like now it's just disrespectful on top, like a whole nother level. Like if you're going to make fun of something, you should at least do it right. You know, like show it the respect while disrespecting it. Give it the bare minimum is all I'm saying here.
I know. I think that's bare minimum lasagna.
Mikey is calling for more scientifically accurate gabagool memes, everybody.
No, I'm just saying, like, get the food right, man. Like, if you're going to make a meme, who sat here and said, all right, I got an idea for this really fucked up Italian meme that I'm going to do. It's racist as shit, but I'm going to do it anyway. And they picked it, like, all the pictures of lasagna in the whole world, on the whole internet. They picked this one. Why?
I don't want to defend it. I think it's they probably chose the lasagna that looked the most like the skin chart, right?
I'm sure they could have done better. Like this is bad.
I'm sure that's why it's gross.
I'm mad about it.
All right. That's fair.
All right.
I'm not gonna lie. Now I just want lasagna.
Yeah, I want lasagna
this one
too.
backfired a little bit.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But now I want good lasagna. I don't want none of this shit though. I had the mozzarella sticks already. They were good. And you know what? Fuck it. I have you know. Both of you missed out. And I found there was this new dumpling place kind of sort of by my house.
Mm-hmm.
And I love a dumpling now. So I was checked it out. I'm looking on Uber Eats, getting something to eat. And I seen this. I'm like, oh shit. So I check it out. And you didn't get the picture because neither one of you can be trusted. Now I'm going to go ahead and out myself on the show, but at least it wasn't used against me on this. This is my doing here, right? And I feel like it's more of a hoo-ha to you guys for missing out on this picture than it is for me.
I'm so fucking excited to see this picture.
I am too.
Oh, I'm not saying. No. You guys don't get to see the picture. Absolutely not. I'm going to tell you about that. See? There you go. That's what you get.
Mikey, I have one with feet in it that I could have sent, and I didn't do it. I think I deserve a picture.
Absolutely not. But I will tell you what it is, though.
All right.
Among other things, I didn't just get this, but among other things, they might have had a chicken parmesan dumpling, and I did get that shit. Let me tell you something. It was fucking fire. And I took a picture of the box with the label. And no, you guys will get to see now. I hope you're happy. This is what happens.
You're no fun.
I have the picture in my phone. And I sat there and went, nope, no. You know what? No. Not doing this. Once, shame on me. Twice, shame on you. 3 times, fuck me. No way.
Listen, though, if you send the picture, then you might be in the running for next year's Slashie for the best Gabagooly meme. Because remember, you won it. Was it last year for your lunch?
And thus why my lunch did not make another appearance on this show in photogenic form. All right.
I'm just saying, there's a Slashie at stake, possibly.
Yeah, fuck, I got a couple of them. It's fine. All right. I felt so. You guys made me feel guilty eating those too, by the way. Like I thought of both of you the whole time, and I was so mad eating them. And they were so good, and I couldn't even truly enjoy them because of the both of you and all the listeners.
Glad we could help.
Yeah.
I sat there the whole time going, man, if they could see me, like, look at me. Look at me, a fucking stereotype.
That's kind of what we wanted, though, was for you to appreciate your Italian heritage. And now you thought about it the whole time.
Our work is done here.
Yeah.
I was mad about it.
That's a you problem. You need to,
Yeah, I mean, you're still thinking about it.
How could I not? Let's be honest. How the hell could I not? And I am an Italian guy who ordered a chicken parmesan dumpling. So, all right. Take a quick break and we'll be back with night 2 of the SLASHie Awards. Those dumplings were incredible, though. I'm going to be honest. Hey, Rob, this is pretty much your night, really, when we think about it here.
Sort of. I mean, well, we got the community awards and then we got the in the final category. So
Jesus,
it's not all my night. We're all going to participate a little bit.
I don't like the way that's worded.
But yeah, we're gonna get into the community awards, and there's a handful of these to give out, and then we'll do the Lord Humphrey Lifetime Achievement Award, which of course we hand out to our inductee into the Slasher Radio Hall of Fame. Now, I want to start off with one. This one is kind of a no contest Slashie. Really, there's nobody else who could have possibly won this. This is a new award. We've never given this out before. This is the Oik Slashie. And it goes to, of course, our Australian friend Tim Davis. So congratulations, Tim, Slashie Award winner. Oik.
I love saying that shit. I'm not gonna lie.
We have another brand new award that we've never given out before. This is the Slashie, because I think when we get into our movie awards later, we'll have awards for performance, but I don't believe we do a supporting performance at all. So I thought, we really need to look at some of these supporting roles too. So this year, the award, the Slashie, for the best supporting performance in a film goes to former President Bill Clinton for his work in Longlegs.
Wow.
I think that his performance really gives a setting for that movie and really lifts it up. So congratulations to former President Bill Clinton.
Good work.
Wow.
Yes.
Good year.
Yeah.
Not as good as that 1 year he had, though. Let's be honest.
Another new award. This one is something that we've neglected on the Slashies, I feel like, for a long time. This is the award for the best nature documentary of the year.
Okay.
And this one goes to In a Violent Nature. Congratulations to those guys, those filmmakers there. They made a wonderful nature documentary. Too bad it wasn't a wonderful slasher film.
Too bad it wasn't in focus.
Right. Another new award this year is the award, and this I feel like really has a chance to become an ongoing Slashie. So this is something that might stick around and could come up yearly, honestly. And this is the Slashie Award for the bit of the year.
Oh,
okay.
Shit!
Yeah, and this year's winner is EyeRChris for the ring bit. Nothing will define 2024 in slasher radio history like Chris and his ring bit that went on damn near the entire year.
Damn near.
Yeah. So congratulations for picking that up, Chris.
No,
another new,
so deserving. Like the man, talk about cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Yeah. And we talk a lot. And the reason I feel like that's something that could be ongoing is we talk a lot about commitment to the bit, right? And Chris, above and beyond, committed to that bit. So it certainly deserves the award for that. Another new award is the Ted Lasso Award.
Oh, no. God damn it.
And this needs a little explanation for you guys, I guess, because you haven't seen the show. The show is about a guy who's an American football coach. He's a college football coach who takes a job in England coaching soccer. And I thought when I heard about the show that it was going to be funny because he's going to be this real hard ass sort of football guy and he's going to be real rude and mean to everybody. They go the complete opposite direction, in which Ted Lasso is the friendliest person you've ever met. So I thought we need an award for somebody like that, like an award for the nicest person in the horror community. And I can't think of any more fitting person to receive that award than myself.
Son of a bitch. I knew it.
So because no one lifts people up like I do. You know what I mean?
Amber.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Amber, just ask her. I'm sure she would agree.
Not
Congratulations to me.
All right.
on winning a Slashie. No, I think she would 100% agree.
That's the sad part. Yeah. Somewhere in Jersey, Amber's setting off fireworks right about now. She's happy about that one. It's not true, though, Amber. He's a butthole.
And then this is the last of the new awards for this year. And I don't know if this one's going to stick around or not, but who knows? We'll see. And this is the award for the most unfortunate event of this year's Slashie Awards. So if you listen to last week's episode, I spent a lot of time talking up the television show Hysteria and how great it was. And I believe on the exact day that episode dropped, Hysteria was canceled. I believe qualifies that for a Slashie Award, just that event. It doesn't even go to any particular person. But when you spend as much time talking up a show the way I did Hysteria for it to be canceled. And this continues a trend of television shows that I love just being canceled.
It's hilarious.
It's a thing that I've dealt with all my life, to be honest with you. It's a curse. If you have a television show, you want me to not like it, right? The Walking Dead was on the air for 1,700 years.
Still.
Yeah. So, that's really what you want, is for me to not like your television show.
Again, though, you have terrible taste, and this goes to further prove that conclusion.
Hysteria was great, man. I don't understand. And it was funny because I had read an article about how they had plans. Like, I looked up, I was like, are they bringing it back? Because it is sort of a self-contained story in season one. So like, are they even going to bring that back, or what's going on? And I read, and these were some older articles about how they had plans for like the next couple of seasons that they could do and stuff. And I was like, oh, sweet. And then I'm pretty sure it was Thursday when the episode dropped that I also read that Hysteria had been canceled. So our sort of returning awards now, the ones that are sort of the bedrock of the community awards for the Slashies, the ones that have become sort of yearly, we'll get into those now. The best Gabagooli meme of 2024.
Did we have? Oh, yeah, we did have that last motherfucker.
Yeah, your lunch won it last year. Yeah. And this one is a little tougher to give out because we don't know who submits these memes. It's anonymous. So it really just goes to the meme itself. Whoever submitted the meme, you can feel like an ownership, I guess, of that award, but you don't really get named for it because we don't know who sends these in. But this year, the winner is Tasha wearing the mustache from the Screaming Italians pizza box.
We don't know.
Whoever sent that in.
Whoever sent that in, congratulations, because that is the winning Gabagooli Mystery Corner meme of the year, I think. Yeah, whoever sent it in. We don't know. Somebody could have been outside her window taking pictures. Because I do sometimes just throw that mustache on and wear it around the house, and maybe she does the same thing. I don't know.
I hate you so much. The thought of you just walking around, sleeping, doing your dishes, taking the dog out, just wearing that. Okay. I hate you.
It's nice. It's nice to feel Italian, And
a cardboard mustache does that for you, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. The next award that we'll give away is the Greg Award.
Shit.
This is the person who has the hottest, the most annoying hot takes of the year. And I don't remember who won this last year. I don't think it was Greg. Did Greg win his own award again last year?
I don't remember who won it, but Greg did not win it one year.
Yeah. And I think it was last year. It went to somebody. I can't remember who it was. Well, Greg, you didn't win it again this year.
Really?
But don't worry. The award's still named after you. No, this year, the award goes to Other Rob, or Rob Clark, who is the host of the Creepy and Geeky podcast and apparently Kat's dear friend. Boy, this guy's got some takes, guys.
Did the Exorcist thing happen 2024, right?
Hang on. Is the award for like the most consistently annoying takes, or are you going to cite like a specific take?
Well, so I think it's mostly he gets it for it's the consistency, right? Okay. I think that you could come up with a take that was so crazy that one simple take could win you the award.
Sure.
But his is just throughout. And I was thinking about that, Mikey. I was wondering, because I couldn't remember if the Exorcist thing happened in 2023 or 2024.
It had to be when Believer came out, right? Because they were comparing
I think it was with Believer.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that would have been 2023, but it doesn't matter because he's kept up with the hot takes. For instance, he has said things like Maxine is the best of the trilogy.
He did say that. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. Did not appreciate that one.
Yeah. And there have been others along the way. I know. I just know that whenever I listen to Creepy, I used to just enjoy listening to the show, and now it's turned into, oh my God, what's he going to say this time? So congratulations to Mr. Robert Clark on being a Slashie Award winner. The next award up is the Damn It Leah Award. And this one goes to the most annoying patron. And I believe Leah's won this every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has gone to Leah every year. Well, it doesn't go to Leah this year.
Really?
Oh, nice.
No, it does not. The most annoying patron, and I think we can all agree from 2024, was indeed EyeRChris.
Okay.
As much as we all love Chris, that ring thing, while he won an award for committing to the bit, has also won him an award for being the most annoying patron of the year.
Chris, I gotta agree.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, Chris. Or maybe take it as an honor. I'm not sure, but that award definitely goes to Chris this year.
That's really fun. It broke a Leah streak too. It's impressive.
It did. Yeah. So we're down to the last few here, and up next we're going to give out what is one of the most coveted awards I believe that we give out. And that is the Emma Roberts Crazy Eyes Award. And there was some competition for this year. And Kat, you suggested the guy from Squid Game.
I did, yeah.
Right? And I looked him up, and those are some crazy eyes, no doubt about it. But the winner, and there was really no doubt about it the second I walked out of the movie theater, Margaret Qualley.
Yeah.
For her eyes in the substance, she wins it. And I'll tell you what, she's got crazy eyes. All right, they're real crazy eyes. But also, she has an interesting thing that you don't see that often. Normally, crazy eyes comes with dark eyes. Right? It seems like the crazy comes out in the dark a little bit.
Yeah.
She has like light colored, kind of bright eyes, and still the crazy shining through in there somehow.
It's impressive.
So, yeah, it is. It's a feat. So congratulations to Margaret Qualley on winning the Emma Roberts Crazy Eyes Awards. And you know what? Maybe congratulations to her husband.
Hell yeah.
You know, what is his name? Why am I blanking on his name? He's the guy who produces all the hit songs like Taylor Swift and Lana Del Rey, and he's got his own band too. Jack Antonoff or something like that. Yeah. But anyway, congratulations to him. He's got Bleachers as his band. Pretty good. Check out Bleachers. So we've got two left. And the first up is the Spirit of Mikey Bones Award.
Don't fuck me this time.
I've never fucked you on this award.
You have.
How?
What was it?
Well, the first year was Bitch Ass.
Yeah. I didn't appreciate that.
Well, I don't know, but you did, after I read you the description, you did say it sounded like a movie you'd like. Now, I don't know whether you watched it or not.
No, I still haven't seen Bitch Ass.
All right.
But the point is, I don't appreciate it, though.
Well, but it was a movie that I thought you would like. But then last year was The Jester, or just Jester. I don't remember. But you didn't like that one.
No.
You weren't a fan of that movie when we did finally watch it.
Yes.
Well, this year, Mikey, the Spirit of Mikey Bones Award goes to the movie The Front Room.
Why?
Right? Because it stars Brandy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was really no other choice for Mikey.
It's like a slow, pretentious, like why on earth, dialogue heavy movie? Why would you give that to Mikey? I forgot. It's got Brandy in it.
I didn't see it, so I don't know. I heard it was bad, but I did know it starred Brandy, and I was like, well, that's the one.
That's
it has
fair.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also I looked and I couldn't find like a demeaning kind of.
You son of a bitch. He admits it. He admits it. He freaking admits it.
There wasn't a movie called like, Little Dick Nerd or anything that I could find. So.
That would be the Spirit of the Rob Humphrey Award. God damn it. Don't put that on me. But look, I'm not mad at finally you got something I can get with now, man. Because damn, Brandy. Still to this day, that woman is incredible.
She's the best part of that movie, too.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I believe it. Yeah. She's the best part of that. What?
I had really high hopes for that. I don't know why. Because the trailer wasn't good, but it didn't show you much. So I was like, okay, they're not spoiling it. They're doing like a barbarian thing. I'm excited to see Brandy back in horror. Like this one's gonna be good. I could not tell you any plot point of that movie, like just a couple months out from it. It was rough.
Well, she was the best part of that. I Know He Did Last Summer sequel too. That piece of shit.
Yeah.
That was Rasta Jack Black.
No,
horrible. Worst. If there was an award for the worst weed man ever in a movie, he would win it every time.
I think,
and also the greatest reveal in cinematic history, as we know.
I think our new scale should actually, like, our new acting scale should go from Jack Black to Brandy.
Yeah, I'm with it.
All right. Are we ready for the final?
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. This one, of course, is the Spirit of Cat Velour Award. And I got to tell you, there were a couple of contenders. I was stuck on this movie for a little while called The Vordelak.
Okay.
It was like I think it was a foreign film. It looked real pretentious and stuffy, but it was about vampires. I know Kat doesn't like vampires.
A vampire movie won last year that ended up being pretty good. The Vordelak is insane because the Dracula character is a puppet.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's like
I may
fully
have
puppeteered.
Had I known that might have won, but that is not what I went with. Instead, I went with a movie called All You Need Is Death.
Okay.
And this is a movie. The log line is a young couple who collect rare folk ballads discover the dark side of love when they surreptitiously record and translate an ancient taboo folk song from the deep forgotten past.
Okay, that sounds amazing.
Right?
The second time we got in a folk movie.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's what Kat says to me. It's just folk movie kind of thing. But, I will admit, had I realized that the Vordelak had a full on puppet Dracula, that might have swayed it in its direction, even though it was. Although 2 vampire movies in back-to-back years for Kat seems like a little much because I know she doesn't like vampires.
Yeah, I'm not usually a huge fan of vampire movies, but I did like humanist vampire seeking suicidal consenting adult or whatever it was. I don't remember what the name was, but it ended up being pretty good.
I never saw it, but I do remember it had some weird ass title like that.
And the Vordelak also, for those of you who have not seen it, very interesting, fully live action movie except for the puppet, which is just it's such a good choice.
Also, I don't appreciate getting called bitch ass either. That don't seem to stop you.
Well, I didn't call you bitch ass. That was just the name of the movie.
Yeah.
Kind of what you did though. At the end of the day,
name the movie bitch ass.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't get to pick the titles for any of these movies.
You picked the movies though.
But I don't pick the titles.
So you just said a little while ago you didn't find anything with a demeaning name.
I know. Had I, that probably would have won, but I didn't. So you got that. What are you bitching about? You got the Brandy movie this year.
I'm not mad. I'm just saying, I'm still kind of mad over the whole because that Jester movie sucked. At least that was the one I had high hopes for. It looked badass.
Yeah, I had never. To be fair, I had not seen Jester when I
picked it by the name.
Gave
more evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen the ones. I didn't see the one that I gave for Cat last year either. I look at the descriptions and stuff.
You should watch the folk movie.
Well, no, I'm not. Cat will report back.
I'll report back on that one.
Yeah. All right. That leaves us with the Lord Humphrey Lifetime Achievement Award.
There's a lot here.
And it is time to induct somebody into the Slasher Radio Hall of Fame. And I know the movies, I think, are the biggest category we have. I think this is the biggest award of the night.
Yeah.
Right?
The show, yeah.
This is a big one. So let's take a look at what was nominated. Now, we heard earlier that Nesto nominated Count Chocula.
Yeah.
Which is a solid nominee. I'm going to admit, though, it's probably going to get knocked out because I in the process of thinking about this and talking with the committee and everything, that didn't come up because I didn't know about it.
Also, worth pointing out, I believe that Nesto nominated a Slasher Radio Hall of Famer currently who was inducted in Al Bundy.
Yes, I believe it was Nesto who nominated Al Bundy.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we got Greg who nominated himself. Strong move. I like it.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Greg.
Yeah.
Yep. Greg also very, very deserving of the award.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything aside. Yeah.
Yeah. Leah showed up and nominated EyeRChris.
Yeah.
So that very strong nominee. Yeah. We talked about this. Chris was very close last year. He was close the year before that. Mystic also nominated EyeRChris.
Yeah. They converse a lot in the Discord and, by far our 2 most active members.
So then we got a nomination from Amber for Tony Todd.
Oh.
And then let's see. Welcome back here. Chris also nominated Tony Todd. Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. I misread this. Okay. Amber nominated Chris.
Right.
And then Chris nominated Tony Todd.
Right. Okay.
Essentially, because what he said was if Amber's voicemail doesn't count, then he nominates himself. But if it does, then he nominates Tony Todd. That Amber's nomination, of course, does count. So Chris has essentially now nominated Tony Todd. So I'm looking at all this stuff. And you're trying to think how you're going to weigh it down. Well, we're going to set Count Chocula aside. It's a good thought, Nesto. Really strong nomination. I like it a lot. I do. I like it. I'm not saying I don't.
I love Nesto so much.
That one's Count Chocula's not going to make it this year. But I do like the nomination a lot. So then what do we got left? We got Chris, Greg, and Tony Todd.
Yeah.
That's tough, man.
So now we got to knock this down to one. And I'm not, the toughest decision that I think I had was when it was Amber and Chris, right? Like that was really the toughest one that I had.
That was last year.
No, that was the year before. Last year, it was the three finalists were your Grandma Bones, Bobby.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The year before that, we got it down to Amber and Chris, and it was really tough.
3 years Chris has been going on this. Oh my God.
Trying to figure out what to do. And I picked Amber. They were both very, very deserving. Absolutely. And in the, full transparency, the idea was I'll pick Amber this year, we'll do Chris next year to be fine. Right? And then Grandma Bones got nominated. She was real close.
That was tough.
She was real close.
Yeah.
Grandma Bones, she's very deserving. Bobby got nominated, and that's when it became a real problem. Because Bobby's given a lot to the show. You know what I mean? Bobby's created lore for the show that's still around to this day.
Doesn't all.
I picked Bobby and said, well, we'll put Chris in this year. And so that was the thing. So now we're down to Chris, Greg, Tony, Todd. Greg, very deserving. Not going to say he's not. Sure. Not going to make a case that he's not. It's sort of like when you hear people talk about the Football Hall of Fame, they're like, well, there's a lot of wide receivers who are eligible. So this guy who's eligible for the first time isn't going to make it. Right.
Yeah,
I believe this is the first time. I feel like this is the first time Greg's been nominated.
Sure.
So,
and he'll
get his chance. But it's probably not. It's not this year, Greg. I'm sorry. So coming into the year, the thought was we're going to put Chris into the Hall of Fame. And then unfortunately, Tony Todd passes away.
Yeah.
And then he gets nominated. And so now the decision is tough because Tony Todd's a fucking legend.
And former guest of the show. All around nice guy.
Yeah. Everybody loves Tony Todd.
Talk to him a couple times a year. Love Tony Todd.
Yeah. So the idea that I was kicking around was there's really four sort of main pillars that could make the Slasher Radio Hall of Fame whole. Right. We've got our listeners, which Amber is in. We've got, former hosts, creators on the show, which Bobby is in. We've got the people who make these things that we love so much, which is sitting empty. And then we've got the Al Bundy wing, which is full. So those are really the four pillars.
If one of these categories was just straight up going to be Al Bundy.
Yes, of course it is.
That's why Count Chocula didn't make it. It was already filled, that's right. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's full. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, we do have this sort of empty wing over here where we don't have any actors or directors or anything. And that was my initial thought behind the Slasher Radio Hall of Fame. That was the creation of the Slasher Radio Hall of Fame was behind this was we'll put in directors. I thought we had John Carpenter. We'll put in Wes Craven, Tony Todd. He's a lock, right? Tony Todd.
Just to put a pin in this, you really should have explained that when you announced the first award because we got Al Bundy.
I wouldn't change it for the world, though.
So I will tell you this. In hindsight, yes. I think I was still naive enough at that point in time about our audience to think that they knew what the fuck we were doing around here.
And 4 years in, we get Count Chocula on top of everything else.
So this is the first time I'm hearing about what this award was supposed to be now.
I feel like part of that is on me. I should have known what was going to happen. But here we are. And honestly, I love Al Bundy in there. I do. I'm okay with it.
Wouldn't change it for the world. Bundy. Count Chocula as well. Great nominee.
Count Chocula, look, I think Count Chocula, to be honest, makes more sense than Al Bundy.
He's a horror icon.
Yeah. So I don't have a problem with either one of those, and keep up the good work, Nesto. But
bravo.
But I'm looking at this, and I'm like, this is what I thought this thing was going to be, and boy, the timing, he just passed away. What a great way to honor Tony Todd.
Rob, don't do it.
And And I'm going back and forth. I'm like, what about Chris? And then I thought to myself, I was like, well, we can put Chris in next year. It'll be fine. Right? How sweet would it be?
But it's a bit, though.
How sweet would it be if he just, I know it sucked this year. You listen to the episode, you're like, he's not going to get in again. My God. But imagine next year how great Chris will feel when he gets in, You
said this for 2 years.
So I went back and forth. It's really tough for me to pick because that was the initial idea behind this Slash Radio Hall of Fame. And we have yet to get to that point where a single fucking person who fits the criteria has made it in to the Slash Radio Hall of Fame. And this is the year that we could correct it with perfect timing. So I finally decided the Lord Humphrey Lifetime Achievement Award and the newest inductee into the Slash Radio Hall of Fame is EyeRChris.
Oh my God.
Congratulations, EyeRChris.
Chris.
Nervous, Rob.
That is incredible.
It has to be Chris. Here's the thing. That is 100% was my idea behind the Slasher Radio Hall of Fame.
That's not where we're at, though.
People like Tony Todd. What has happened in the past 4 years is that the Slasher Radio Hall of Fame has become an actual Slasher Radio Hall of Fame.
It has.
Hall of Fame of people who have made this show, who have joined this show, who have supported this show, are the people who are getting into the Hall of Fame now. So it's not what I intended it to be when I came up with the idea, but it doesn't matter because I kind of like what it is now better than anything else. And let's be honest, a lot of people are going to be paying tribute, and a lot of people have paid tribute to Tony Todd. He is an icon. He is a legend. He's not going away.
Yeah.
When there are years where we don't have people nominated who fit the criteria or reach the level of Amber or Chris
or Al Bundy,
or Al Bundy
or Bobby Spitzer
or Count Chocula.
It's a little hard for you to say, like, these are people that made the show, and it's like Al Bundy.
Yeah. Well, look, but in a way, it is because it's not Nesto, but that is Nesto's fingerprint.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just feel very much that it has become a Hall of Fame of people involved with this show and our community and everything else. And I like that. I like that a lot. And there will be years where maybe everybody who's fucking involved, maybe we don't get any more new people and we put everybody the fuck in. And so we can look and we go, well, fucking Tony Todd. Like, we're not going to forget Tony Todd next year or
all the time in the world for that.
5 years or in 10 fucking years. Tony Todd's always going to be available to put into the Slash Radio Hall of Fame, and he'll always deserve it. But EyeRChris is the one who deserves to go in this year. Chris is probably, and Mike, you would know this better than me because he predates me by a long shot on this show, but Chris is one of the longest supporters of this show, right? I mean, he's And he's a guy he's always on it. You know, like you've told me in the past, he's like, when we launched the Patreon, Chris was the first person to sign
within
up.
seconds.
When you post things like the I don't remember the fucking stupid name you gave the movie recommendation things, but he's the one who posts immediately, right? Like you post it and then bang, it's EyeRChris. Like nobody, and this year too, right? Like we all hated the fucking ring thing, but goddamn it, he had a huge impact on the show for an entire fucking year. You know what I mean? So welcome to Chris. You're part of the Slasher Radio family, Chris. Of course, you're in the fucking Hall of Fame.
You always have been, bro.
Yeah,
for real. And honestly, 100%. It's a toss up between Amber and Chris. I don't remember who, like, you know, those mainstays that were there first. It's a toss up, but either way, you know, like it's around the same time and they've both been around forever. Yeah. Chris has been integral, honestly. Even the Discord, dude, like, you know, we have like the show's kind of morphed into a different avenue in a lot of ways. And doing those things isn't always easy, you know, like a lot of the YouTube stuff and the TikTok stuff, like that doesn't translate to Twitter. They're not on Twitter, and we don't have a platform like a Twitch where, you know, there's like a live community where you can talk directly to people. We're speaking into the future kind of, and having that weird pen pal sort of, you know, relationship with our viewers and listeners. It's Discord is hard, dude. Chris, honestly, whenever we have a new member, whether it be someone who starts interacting with us on Twitter, on Patreon, on Discord, Chris is the welcome wagon.
Yeah.
And honestly, he's kind of the pulse in a way because he's going to let you know what it's all about right away. You know?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, he's going to welcome you with the big purple thing, but welcome.
Sometimes
anyway.
he does. Sometimes he does. But he's so welcoming and genuine and loving. And sometimes, like you could look at it, he made us deal with the ring bullshit all fucking year. But it's Chris's way of love, and it's like, we get that, he gets us, and that's why it's perfect, and it's always been that with Chris. Like, Chris is always like, I don't know how much Chris not being around changes the show, because even though he's not like a direct part of the show, he still is so important that, like it would feel different. It would be a little different.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
And dude, Chris, for sure. Congratulations. I really thought you were going to put Tony Todd in, and I was going to have to go to Arizona and hug Chris.
I'm going to be honest. So I played this up in our group chat to you guys a little bit too. By the time that I was playing it up, I already knew that it was going to be Chris. But I decided there was about a day where I was really kind of going back and forth because the timing of Tony Todd's death and everything. And you guys know me, given the choice between doing the right thing or the funny thing, I almost always pick the funny thing.
That was the part that really convinced me that we were in danger. Was like, I hate it, but it would be so funny.
I think a lot of people would find not putting Chris in again this year to be really funny. But I just couldn't do it, man. Like, it had to be Chris.
You did. And honestly, what a kick in the dick it would be for Chris to lose.
Nominated his own.
Don't think I didn't think about that too, because that makes it funny.
Look, all right. Chris 1,000,000% was the pick. Chris 1,000,000% was the pick last year. And Chris was, an argument to be made the year before. Like I said, he's there already, in a way. And honestly, all that being said, and how fucked up I think it would have been to not put him in there because of how much he deserves it. God damn, would that have been a fucking perfect move to do?
Oh, yeah. Don't think all that shit didn't factor into it. But I like I said, this has turned into a Hall of Fame for slasher radio instead of, what I thought it was going to turn into. I mean, it didn't turn into what I thought it was going to turn into the minute I had to induct Al Bundy. But, when it turned into people who contribute to the show. There's no way. Chris has always been a Slasher Radio Hall of Famer. There was no way I could do it again. It just didn't make any sense.
I don't know, but Tony Todd would have been, that's the thing. It wouldn't have made any sense, but Tony Todd would have made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That was dangerous.
Yeah. It was, like I said, there was about a day I gave it a lot of thought. Finally, I was like, it has to be Chris.
And now that I know, like 100% that we're safe and Chris is in, congratulations to Chris also for the really ballsy pick. Because I don't think you could have found someone to get closer to usurping this year. Like, you really went for it.
Yeah. All the times I've professed how much I want to sleep with Tony Todd, Chris.
Yeah. God. The most dangerous thing he could have done. But great pick,
you still won. Like, this is a hard-earned victory.
I mean, the only more dangerous pick could have been Emma Roberts.
Oh, God damn it.
I don't know if that would have been as dangerous, to be honest, because you already want to fuck Tony Todd. What's the difference in Emma Roberts?
Yeah, put those eyes. Maybe just her eyes. If somebody had nominated Emma Roberts' eyes.
Thank God. And honestly,
congratulations, Chris.
Congratulations. Deserve.
You have deserved it for years.
100%.
You finally got it.
Thank God. Thank the hell.
This really sweet speech and everything. He was afraid of the upcoming picks. We know what it was. He was afraid of the anger.
Honestly, too, I kind of got to say bravo on Rob. Because not only did he make the right pick here, finally, he was able to turn this situation into like keeping Chris at bay with a pitchfork. Like he tamed the monster. Again, Chris got his shit in, not acting like he rolled over, but Rob kind of had him by the balls a little bit. And there's something to be said about that too, Rob.
I guess so. I don't know.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but congratulations, Chris.
Congratulations, bro. I just want to point out one more thing, though. The nominations were up for a while for the Hall of Fame. I forget whatever you call it, the lifetime thing. It's been up for a while, and Nesto just got this Count Chocula thing in like the other day. Like, was Nesto sitting on this? Like, I would love to have seen the moment where Nesto was sitting throughout his everyday life and said, Count Chocula. That's what I'm going to go. I'm going to put in Count Chocula. Was he eating the cereal and thought of it?
Could be. But, and look, I'll be honest
secret council, and they voted on Count Chocula.
I'll be honest with you. Count Chocula wasn't far off the mark, though. That's a good pick. Strong.
I love Nesto so fucking much.
The problem with putting in Count Chocula is the next year we're gonna have to put in Boo-Berry.
Got to.
And then the next year be the Frankenstein one or whatever the fuck that was.
No, Nesto went like straight for the jugular on that one. Count Chocula is the best one.
Lucky Charms, though. Not bad.
Yeah, but Lucky Charms ain't going to the Hall of Fame.
No.
Yeah, I ain't putting that in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. The Leprechaun's terrifying, man. You ever watch that commercial High? I fucking think it's scary. Holy shit. That was, I feel like I'm breathing different now. Like it feels like the air is different now that Chris is in.
I noticed I was like physically on the edge of my seat waiting for that announcement. I can relax some now.
Oh, all right. I feel better. Okay, Rob, you ready to get into the movies? Did you find the sheet?
Yeah, I got the sheet.
Okay, make sure.
All right. How I do this? Reset results? Is that what
No.
This button that says erase everything?
No, don't touch anything that starts with R. Don't touch or E.
All right. So, am I doing this one as well?
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to switch it up, but I mean, the movies was your thing. I mean, I don't care.
All right. Well, we'll do this. I'll do this. Fine.
All right.
We're going to start with the most anticipated film of 2025. I'm guessing is what that's supposed to. It says 24, but I'm guessing it's supposed to be 25.
Copy and paste.
Yeah, that happens. This was a close one. So our nominees for the most anticipated film of 2025 were The Black Phone 2, Heart Eyes, Until Dawn, The Monkey, Him. My dog is going nuts. Can you guys hear it?
No.
Yeah.
Neighbor must be taking their dog out again. How many times you got to take that damn dog out? All right. Him, Return to Silent Hill, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Megan 2.0, I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel, and Fear Street Prom Queen. Well, those were the nominees, and the Slashie goes to Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Gross.
Yeah, it was a very, very close vote. That had 25.3%. Return to Silent Hill had 23.5%. Listen,
what did you
people
guys
got to anticipate.
Vote for? We didn't talk about this.
Oh shit! Sorry. Yeah,
no, I
Mikey,
forgot too. You're fine.
Yeah, do you remember what you voted for?
Black Phone 2, easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Kat, what about you?
I'm pretty sure that I voted for Return to Silent Hill.
Okay.
I'm not looking forward to any of these that much, to be honest.
Yeah, I think I voted for The Monkey.
Okay.
That's the movie I'm most interested in. I'm definitely like, I don't know how much I'm anticipating it because I have a feeling it might be really bad.
I think it might be.
I'm certainly interested in it. I'd like to see what it's going to be. Hard Eyes, I wasn't really looking forward to, although it did turn out good. Until Dawn, I'm like, I don't even understand why they're doing that. The game is already a fucking movie. Why do I need a movie, you know?
Also, it looks like trash.
I haven't seen anything about it. I've heard that it doesn't look good, but I mean, the fucking game is a movie.
Yeah, but they're not doing that. They're doing a different thing.
Yeah, which is dumb. Then it's just like it's just the name on a different thing. I don't know. Yeah,
it's frustrating. I was at kind of a disadvantage this year. This has been the first year in my recollection, at least, that my most anticipated movie of the year came out in January. So it's like by the time we got to voting, I had already been to my most anticipated movie of the year. So like I couldn't complain that it wasn't
Wolfman?
It was Wolfman. No, it was Companion. I was most excited to see Companion, and it was like already out by the time. So I couldn't complain, like put it on the ballot, because it's like, I'm here, we're done. but it was frustrating because out of all of the stuff coming out this year, we have a lot of sequels and reboots and,
Yeah.
questionable adaptations.
All right. The next category is the best shark movie, and that's shark movie in quotes.
Yes.
These are movies that Mikey, I guess, deems to be shark movies, even though there's not a shark in them. Well, one of them actually does. So the best shark movie, we have the nominees are Brain Bucket. I don't know what the hell that is even. That was a movie. Graveyard Shark.
Woo.
Lisa Frankenstein. Mousetrap. And Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. Kat, what did you vote for here?
I had a really tough time with this one because we use shark movie in quotes as like a derogatory thing. So I had a really I almost voted for Lisa Frankenstein because I think it's the worst out of these movies. But it's best, you know? And the way that Mikey putting this ballot together made me think that like I should vote for the most fun out of movies he hated. So I reversed gear there. I voted for Graveyard Shark. It's the best movie on this list.
All right. What about you, Mikey?
I don't remember quite what I voted for here. But no, I put it there because, you know, other than the one, they're not shark movies. So like they're just, you know, kind of a show thing. But I don't remember what I voted for on this one. I was pretty good too this year. Like I remembered everything I voted for the most part. I don't remember this one.
Every year I say I'm going to write it down, and every year I don't.
Yeah, I don't remember because I hate all of them.
I'm pretty sure I voted for Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. I thought that was a fun slasher movie. But the slashie goes to Lisa Frankenstein. Even with the sort of derogatory connotation associated with this award, I still hate that Lisa Frankenstein won a slashie.
That is fair.
Yeah. We have a tie.
Can we agree real quick that Lisa Frankenstein is the worst movie on this list?
Of the ones I've seen, I have heard Mousetrap is horrendous. I didn't see it, and I don't know what Brain Bucket is.
I've never seen Brain Bucket or Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2, so I don't know.
But of the ones I have seen, yes, it is by far the worst movie on this list.
I'll take it.
Yeah. The next category is Best Shark Movie. The nominees are Graveyard Shark, No Way Up, and Under Paris. Kat, what'd you vote for?
I think I voted for Under Paris. There's a non-zero chance I voted for Graveyard Shark. It was a toss-up between those two.
Yeah. What about you, Mikey?
I voted for No Way Up.
Okay. I voted for Graveyard Shark. But we do have a tie here. We have Graveyard Shark, or Under Paris and No Way Up. Both ended with 35.7% of the vote.
That is devastating, that Graveyard Shark. God bless.
Yeah, Graveyard Shark. So Graveyard Shark is out of the running.
So you got to pick the winner.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, if it's between No Way Up and Under Paris.
Wait. Hang on.
Yeah.
Why is Rob breaking this tie?
Because you voted for Under Paris, I voted for No Way Up.
Oh, why did you vote for No Way Up?
Because, I don't know, Under Paris wasn't that, it wasn't that good to me.
That's the worst one we watched this year.
Graveyard Shark's out of the running for me.
Graveyard Shark is what I voted for and should have won. I don't know what the hell's wrong with our people who voted here, but between the two of them, the Slashie Award goes to Under Paris.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I didn't think it was very good, but it was better than No Way Up.
Like I said, it's picking turds out of a bucket here. It's fine by me.
Now we've gotten to the category that is the worst horror movie we watched this year. So this is the worst film we watched on the show.
Can we talk about the name of the category though, real quick? Because this one clarifies, not the any of the confusing categories. Those weren't clarified, but this one is titled Worst Horror Movie We've Watched, which is worse, which I just like. I like that.
Well, you got to give clarification on these things, I guess.
Yeah.
So the nominees are Five-Headed Shark Attack, House Shark, The Ring 2, Skinamarink, and The Velocipaster. Kat, what did you vote for?
I was so offended Velocipaster was on this list because it's so good. I voted for The Ring 2.
Okay. Mikey?
I voted for the Velocipaster.
You son of a bitch.
Not offended at all.
I voted. There's no. You guys know I voted for Skinamarink. That's not even a fucking movie. The Slashie for the worst horror movie we watched this year goes to Five-Headed Shark Attack.
No,
I don't
so much
understand.
heart and soul.
Right? All that compelling emotion they mixed in at the end. I just don't get it.
You are something else. Close second, though, Velocipaster. Just saying.
God damn it. Velocipaster's great.
It's a brilliant film. I don't know what's wrong with people, but
it was almost 1A and 1B.
There's no accounting for taste. It wasn't that close.
Compared to everything else, though.
Well, there is.
It was like 5% off and some change, and everything else is like way off.
All right. The next category is the best horror movie we watched this year. Parentheses, which is best?
Really no parentheses there.
So the nominees this year are Alien Romulus, Carousel, Cujo, Freddy vs. Jason, Talk to Me, and Terrifier 2. Kat, what'd you vote for?
I voted for Carousel.
The fact that thing's on here is ridiculous.
Mikey, what'd you vote for?
I don't remember. It's between honestly, I don't remember at all. I think it's between Talk to Me and Terrifier 2, but Cujo's in there as well. So I don't know which one I went with here, but it was one of those three. This one was tough for me.
All right.
Freddy vs. Jason, good as well.
I also voted for Carousel.
What the fuck? Let me post this thing out.
5.
Okay, you guys have counted for almost half the votes.
So there are 3 other people out there who really like Carousel.
I bet that fucking guy voted for this damn thing. I guarantee he somehow knew it was in here and voted for it. So now we know who 3 of the votes are. That stalker.
The Slashie goes to Alien Romulus.
All right.
Really disappointing in comparison to Carousel. I'm just going to say it.
That's insanity.
It is.
It's hard too because it's like, it's a newer movie too. So like if we had Freddy vs. Jason up around when it came out, like that would have blown everything away.
Or if we had put Carousel 3 here.
Okay. Oh yeah, Carousel 3 is newer.
New. Yeah.
Terrifier 2 got a good chunk as well. I'm happy for that.
It did. Yeah.
Freddy vs. Jason in third. I like that too.
The best horror documentary of 2024. The nominees are Dario Argento Panico, Doc of Chucky, Children of the Wicker Man, Generation Terror, and The Life and Death of Christopher Lee. Kat, what'd you vote for here?
I voted for Dario Argento Panico.
Okay.
It was the only one of these I watched.
All right, fair enough. Mikey, what'd you vote for?
The fact that you can make fun of that Daryl and Carol title as much as you did and be perfectly fine and not say a word about Dario Argento Panico is kind of weird.
Well, that's because he says
Dario Argento
in an Italian accent.
Yeah.
It makes it even weird. Like,
Panico.
You say nothing about it, though. Like, it being in front of you just looks weird to me. I don't know. I voted for Doc and Chucky.
Okay. I also voted for Doc and Chucky because it is the only one I've seen. And it's good. I actually did kind of like that.
Very good.
Documentary. The Slashie goes to Doc of Chucky.
Fucking Chucky.
So Chucky cleans up at the Slashie Awards every year somehow, doesn't it? All right. The next award is for the best kill. And the nominees are Blood Angel, Terrifier 3, so named because I refuse to call it the shower scene. And anybody who does can kiss my ass.
All right.
Car Crusher from Maxine. Facial Reconstruction from Longlegs, Weightlifting from Smile 2, and The Yoga Kill in A Violent Nature. Kat, what'd you vote for?
I voted for Facial Reconstruction because it was the most surprising for me. I had not seen Smile 2 when I voted. I don't remember this kill. I watched it last week.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what this is in reference to.
It's the guy who takes the weight and smashes himself in the face with it over and over and over again.
Oh, like that first guy?
He's not the first. He's the guy who passes it to the pop star.
Okay.
He's the drug dealer. Anyway, no, it's a stupid fucking movie. Who cares?
All right.
Mikey, what'd you vote for?
Terrifier 3. Doesn't seem as wild. I mean, again, you could point out, sure, if you're looking for technical things, yeah, you can point that out all day. But honestly, not as much as in Terrifier 2. Like they improved greatly on the consistency of their effects. You've mentioned this before, Rob. They kind of found that Terrifier tone You know, like that's just what their effects are going to look like now, and as in Terrifier 2 for the most part. And it was fucking badass, dude. Shoved a chainsaw up some dude's ass. I mean, come on.
It's kind of basic, bitch. I wasn't impressed.
Such a hater.
I voted for the yoga kill because, God damn it, I'd never seen that before. And when that's the kill that when I was in the movie theater watching In a Violent Nature, another guy in the theater, he said out loud, he goes, "Oh, what the hell are we even doing here?" And when the movie ended, I looked over at that guy because I assumed he was talking to a friend or something. He was sitting by himself. He was just talking to all of us in the movie theater. What the hell are we doing here?
He was talking to the movie.
Yeah. It was, and I thought it was probably the only highlight of that movie, if I'm being honest. But the Slashie Award goes to Blood Angel from Terrifier 3.
Damn right.
You mean the shower scene?
Son of a bitch.
It is blasphemy for people to do that.
The balls of people to call that the shower scene.
I agree.
Jesus Christ.
I agree.
All right. Up next is the award for Best Cinematography. The nominations are Abigail, Alien Romulus, Imaginary, Longlegs, Nosferatu, Oddity, Strange Darling, The Strangers Chapter 1, and The Substance. Kat, what'd you vote for?
This one was really, really hard for me because I like The Substance the best, and a very close second for me was Longlegs. But if I'm looking at cinematography and being fair, which I do always try to be, best cinematography was Nosferatu by a mile.
Yeah.
Mikey, what about you?
No, I agree, man. I honestly, I thought of the Slashies after I seen that because I forget when I seen it. It was like maybe a week after it came out or so. I thought about the Slashies immediately. I was like, dude, if anything beats this, fuck it all. You know, it's just by far. And feel how you want about the movie. It's a pretty loud movie, you know, so I get a lot of people don't like it. That's fine. Cinematography was incredible.
Yeah, there were a lot of awards that I think I would have voted for Longlegs for, including this one, had I not seen Nosferatu with a week left in the year. Because I think the cinematography in Longlegs is incredible.
It's
but
so
I mean,
good.
Nosferatu is just amazing. And so that's also what I voted for. The Slashie goes to Nosferatu.
There you go. They did it right.
Well earned.
We got it right.
Yeah.
Good job.
And I don't know how many things Nosferatu was nominated for here. Because again, it's a very, if you're not into, I don't know, it's a very weird movie. You know, it did have some nominations in here. But there's just, you cannot take this one from it. No matter how you feel about the movie. It was stunning.
Yeah, it's a very divisive film, but I don't think anybody could say, "Oh, it looks bad."
I was going to say, I think even if I had been one of those people that really hated Nosferatu, I would have had to vote for it for cinematography. Robert Eggers was out here inventing new camera lenses to capture the light he wanted, and it's there's no fucking way.
Did you see the story where Robert Eggers says he'll never make a movie set in modern times?
No.
Yeah, he literally said, "The thought of filming a car or a cell phone makes me sick to my stomach."
Good for him, man.
Yeah. He's very good at what he does. Let's stick with it. You know, those period piece films, he's great. The next award is the Best Creature category. The nominees are The Dark Force from Apartment 7A. I don't know what that is. I didn't see Apartment 7A. The Ranger in A Violent Nature. The Spider in Sting. The Werewolf design in Werewolves. Winnie the Pooh from Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2. You must have put that on there, Mikey. And Xenomorph from Alien Romulus. Kat, what'd you vote for?
I voted for the Xenomorph from Alien Romulus. I've gone back and forth about how much I do or don't like Romulus. On the rewatch, it's already not as good as the theater experience, which was sad. But it's like the cinematography. I can't take away Best Creature Design from Alien Romulus. It's such a good creature.
Right. Mikey, what about you?
Same, man. That Xenomorph looked incredible. And there's something about, you lose, I don't know how to say it. In when the original Alien came out, obviously, the movie looked great. I'm not even it translates and travels to today's time and meets that standard just fine. But, technology is what it is today and cameras and everything else. And in some of those middle movies, because it's just a black creature. So, and in a dark setting. So you lose some of that sometimes and you can't really appreciate it. Somehow they kept it true to form, xenomorph to the T, perfection. And it kind of felt like it popped a little, even in those dark scenes, which I appreciated a lot. And you could really kind of see all of its ooey gooey, nasty perfection. And it was perfect.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, xenomorph all day for this.
Yeah, I also voted for the Xenomorph. I was close to going with Winnie the Pooh from Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. I like the redesign they did. I thought it looked much, much better than the first movie. And so I thought about giving them the nod for that. But it's the Xenomorph. It's such a classic creature, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks really good. It's undeniable. The Slashie Award goes to Xenomorph from Alien Romulus.
Yeah.
By a large margin. This is almost 75% of the vote. Xenomorph. Like, you know, it looks like the next closest was Winnie the Pooh with 7.9%. No, that wasn't really much of a battle.
Probably the largest margin of the year, too, for us in this voting.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Our next category is Best Special Effects.
Fuck us for this one, by the way.
Well, yeah, fuck us. What do we do?
We didn't put Kid Cudi's penis in here.
Well, that's not from this year.
Yeah, I know, but still, Jeremy Melton's not a protagonist either. So,
Best Special Effects. The nominees are A Quiet Place Day One, Alien Romulus, I Saw the TV Glow, In a Violent Nature, Stop Motion, The Substance, Terrifier 3, and Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. Kat, what'd you vote for?
This was The Substance all day.
Okay. Mikey, what about you?
Don't remember, but it is definitely between Alien Romulus and Stop Motion.
Okay.
And it was like, because, you know, we talked about Stop Motion, I forget how long ago, but man, was that a weird movie. And it was, you know, we talked about it and went in depth about it, but like, I'm not in love with the movie. Like, it's not like, you know, but man, those effects were special. So I don't remember which one I landed on, though.
All right. I also voted for The Substance. The effects in that movie are incredible. I mean, the look of Monstro Elizasu or whatever that thing was called was nuts. Just the nastiness of everything that was involved. And let's not forget, those breasts that Margot Qualley had were prosthetic. That's great effects.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Would have been nice to see that go up against Kid Cudi's penis.
We don't know if that's a special effect or not.
There should have been the question mark behind it, for sure.
Yeah. The Slashie for Best Special Effects goes to Alien Romulus.
All right.
Yeah, The Substance came in second, and just behind The Substance was Terrifier 3.
Yeah.
But
I didn't vote for Terrifier 3 here because, you know, it just, if you're looking at effects, as much as I love Terrifier 3 and as much as I love the effects in Terrifier 2 and 3, you know, they're just kind of like on that playful level. And not to mock them, but, you know, like they're not on the level of, you know, Romulus, Stop Motion, Substance. And it's a weird thing because Alien Romulus, yes, the Xenomorph looked great. We just talked about it. Some of the kills and, you know, the moving parts of that, it looked phenomenal. But you also have to look at, like, they made space and ships and planets. You know, like, it's a different way to look at effects. So, like, I kind of get it. But in a horror, if you present this in a horror situation like this here, yeah, it's hard to talk about it with The Substance.
Well, I'm not going to, like, get up on my soapbox again also, but I want to point out that the only one of these that had to redo their effects for the physical release was also true. Alien Romulus.
Yeah, that is true. They redid that.
So voters, think about your actions here.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can create space and all that all you want, spaceships and everything.
I agree.
See Margaret Qualley's boobs. Come on.
Look, I agree. I'm just saying, like, it's hard. It's kind of a hard scale to put it on, you know? But I agree with you. I honestly, if it was up to me, I would have given it Stop Motion even over Romulus, probably.
All right.
Yeah. There's something about those, you know, that horror type feel to things. And that's what this is. So,
yeah. But the voters have spoken, and it's
We've
Alien Romulus.
We've got to stop letting them do that.
We really do. We got to take the voting.
We talk
out
about
of the
this every
hands.
year, but man.
Yeah. All right. The next category is Best International Film. The nominees are The Coffee Table, The Devil's Bath, Exuma, Infested, Oddity, Red Rooms, Stop Motion, Under Paris, and The Vortilac. Kat, what'd you vote for?
So I had not seen The Vortilac when I voted. Also, Oddity was in my top 5. All that being said, I voted for Infested. Infested did something that has not this hasn't happened to me in a long time. Infested made me genuinely paranoid. Like, this movie got under my skin. I was unsettled. I had a very anxious week. And for that, I felt like it deserved my vote.
Fair enough. I spent a long time this year thinking that I had seen Infested, and I didn't. I'd seen Sting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I really enjoyed Sting. I thought it was very good. But yeah, I haven't seen Infested.
Infested, it's kind of a dumb movie, but it's like the effects. It could have won best effects for me.
Mikey, what'd you vote for here?
I voted for Stop Motion. And again, I didn't see a ton of these movies. International films, not exactly my thing. So yeah, I still am very weirded out by that movie, and weirded out in a sense of like I don't know where I sit. It confuses me. I'm befuddled. Like, I like so much about it, but also feel it's mid in a lot of ways. So I don't know, but yeah, Stop Motion. I went there.
Okay. I didn't love Oddity as much as a lot of people did this past year, but I did like it a lot. And it's the one that I voted for. I thought it was a very good movie, but, and there were a handful on here I hadn't seen, but the Slashie goes to Red Rooms with 17.7% of the vote. This is a very tight category.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got 1.5% away is Oddity. Just under that is The Devil's Bath. I mean, this was really close all the way around, but congratulations to Red Rooms, which I did not see. So I don't know if it's deserving or not.
I'm not mad about this. This was another one I had not seen when I voted. Mm-hmm. I think it got maybe a tiny bit overhyped, but I'm not mad that it won. It's solid.
The next category is Best Director.
Down to the nitty gritty.
We sure are. And the nominees are, boy, you're going to have to help me with the name of the woman who made The Substance, Kat.
Coralie Farge.
Coralie Farge for The Substance.
Exactly what Rob would have said. Yeah,
yep.
For sure.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be disrespectful here. Fede Alvarez for Alien Romulus. Oz Perkins for Long Legs. Robert Eggers for Nosferatu. Robert Morgan for Stop Motion. Tyler, is it Gillette or Gillett? Do we know?
I don't know.
It's Gillette.
It's Gillette. Tyler Gillette and Matt Bettinelli open for Abigail. Ty West for Maxine. Zelda Williams for Lisa Frankenstein. And Damian Leone for Terrifier 3. Kat, what'd you vote for here?
I voted for Coralie Farge. It was close with Robert Eggers. I think he did fantastic work, but watching all of the behind the scenes footage and stuff for the Substance's Oscar campaign just really made me appreciate her process and the one-on-one time she spent with actors. And I really appreciate her and what she did.
Okay. What about you, Mikey?
Trying to remember if I voted for Robert Eggers with his work on Nosferatu or Damian Leone. Now, hear me out. I love Terrifier a lot. And, obviously it's going up against a bunch of great movies. And, you take caliber and put it into the factor with this. Dude, honestly, Damian Leone created, Terrifier 2 and 3 have kind of made their own world. And I think he did a great job, man. He's telling a weird story and he's keeping the cards close to his chest a lot with it, which, we've talked about and I don't agree with all of it. But he's forming something and he's still, that Art the Clown aspect of it is growing and bringing a character like that to life the way he did. It's something about that slasher feel to it, and having that back is really nice. So yeah, I think him being able to capture that in 2024, I love it.
All right. The decision on this for me came down to Robert Eggers and Oz Perkins. I voted for Oz Perkins for Long Legs. I think that the way he put Long Legs together is very interesting. I think that the shifting aspect ratios throughout the movie was brilliant. The use of color and the absence of color and just white sometimes was absolutely beautiful to look at. There were some great transitions in the movie. There's like a fade where you're looking at like one of the doll heads that then fades into Longlegs' face. Yeah. Which is just, it's just tremendous. The use of music in the movie, like every time there was a song or something on, it was absolutely right. The performances I thought were really good. I know a lot of people had a problem with Micah Monroe's performance, but I thought she was very good. She made some interesting choices, which is fun. Nicolas Cage, I thought, was lost in that character altogether. Blair Underwood, he was great. We already gave a slashie to Bill Clinton for his work. So I just felt like as a whole package, I thought Longlegs really, I think Robert Eggers made a beautiful movie. And like Kat said, he was inventing lenses and shit. That's a lot of great work and everything. And I love Nosferatu. I thought it was great. I think that the work that Oz Perkins did to put together Longlegs was just, everything was spot on. So I voted for him. And none of that really matters, though, because the voting public has decided that the Slashie Award for Best Director goes to Robert Eggers for Nosferatu.
All right, man.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that at all. No. Like I said, it was between him and Oz Perkins. I voted the other way, but I'm certainly not mad. The next category is Best Performance. And the nominees are David Dashmulkin for Late Night with the Devil, David Howard Thornton for Terrifier 3, Demi Moore, The Substance, Hugh Grant, Heretic, Melissa Barrera, Abigail, Mia Goth, Maxine, and Nicolas Cage for Longlegs. Kat, who'd you vote for?
I did end up voting for Demi Moore.
You traitor.
I know.
You're banned from the Nick fucking Cage cast.
I know.
Welcome to the good side, Kat.
Here was the deciding thing for me, was that I think Nick Cage, it's so hard. They didn't give, when we talk about this on the Nick F. and Woo Cage cast, we talk about like the performance and how well they use him. I think The Substance gave Demi Moore more like better screen time. She got to show us it was a more challenging role, I think. And she stepped up to the challenge. And it was hard. It was really hard to vote against Nick Cage here, but I had to.
Right. Mikey, who'd you vote for?
I can tell you, I did not. On behalf of the safety of all the puppets around the world, I did not vote for Nicolas Cage.
See, this is why you're banned.
You're banned too.
I don't know who you're playing fingers at. I got to do this damn show by myself now.
Can Kat write in what she has to say about the movies and be read via carrier pigeon or something?
Well, we'll figure it out. It's going to be awkward, though.
All right. Yeah. You guys can hate me, but I voted for David Howard Thornton, man.
I don't. He's like the best. He's not
for real.
He is the best part of that movie, I think. In Terrifier 2, it was like, him and Lauren Lavera. In this one, I do really feel like they gave him more to do. He was the best part of Terrifier 3, and I would not be mad if he won.
No, I agree with that. I think that he's the one great performance in here. Yeah. I don't think that Lauren Lavera does a bad job. I just think she was given not much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was torn between Nicolas Cage and David Dashmulkin. I think that his performance in Late Night with the Devil is great. But ultimately, of course, because I'm not a traitor, I voted for Nicolas Cage. I think that his performance as Longlegs is just incredible. I've watched reactions to Longlegs on YouTube over and over again because it's so much fun to watch people go, what the fuck? What? And there are people who watch Longlegs the entire movie and don't even realize it was Nicolas Cage until it comes up in the end credits.
That person is my dad, by the
way. Yeah. He loses himself in the role. I think he's fantastic in it. I think that I understand that they don't give him a ton of screen time in the movie. So I understand what you're talking about, Kat, but I think it's enough for that character. I think if you give that character too much, the character loses its impact. I think that the amount of screen time is fine for the role. I will say also one thing, the number of people who watch Longlegs and record reactions for YouTube and don't know the song Bang It On or Bang a Gong by T-Rex is the most annoying thing in the world. Like, you fucking idiots. I can't tell you the number of people that I've seen and that quote comes up at the beginning and they're like, T-Rex, what they have dinosaurs in the 70s? What was that?
No.
Yeah, I'm just like, you fucking morons. Jesus Christ. But anyway, this is damn kids. You know, they don't have any respect. So anyway, yes, I voted for Nicolas Cage, but the Slashie Award does indeed go to David Howard Thornton for Terrifier 3. Yeah. Again, I can't be mad at that.
Mad.
Yeah. No, David's great and friend of the show as well.
Yeah.
Gotta have that button. I don't know if it plays
that
very
is
well.
We have made it to the final category of the night. And that is the best horror film of 2024. The nominees were Abigail, Alien Romulus, Graveyard Shark, Heretic, Imaginary, Longlegs, Maxine. For some fucking reason, Night Swim. Why the hell is that in there?
Because it's a movie that came out in 2024.
We don't have to nominate every movie that came out in 2024.
We didn't, but, you know.
Some of them we know are the Nosferatu, The Strangers Chapter 1, The Substance, and Terrifier 3. Hold on one second before we get into this. The 10 people who voted for The Strangers Chapter 1, I don't want you to listen to our show anymore. Stop listening. And the let's see how many people. The sliver of people that voted for Night Swim seems to be so small I can't even find how many people.
Three.
So Greg and 2 other people voted for Night Swim. Jesus Christ. All right.
Also, Graveyard Shark got some fucking votes in there too, so let's not act like.
Well,
Graveyard Shark was awesome.
Sure. Graveyard Shark got 4 votes. Got more than Night Swim.
I would have been devastated if it got fewer votes than Night Swim.
Yeah. Who did you vote for, Kat?
I voted for The Substance. This list makes me a little bit mad. There were a couple on here that didn't need to be on here. The thing that makes me most mad, I have not looked at the results for this category. I know what movie won. I know it in my heart what our listeners chose, and I'm really mad that it won. I'm mad that it was better to you guys than like Heretic or Longlegs or Nosferatu. We had so many. This was another year where I feel like we were spoiled. Maybe not like 2021 spoiled, but we had so many just like critically good films this year. And I'm preparing myself to get really mad at our listeners.
Our listeners have terrible taste.
I can
They
feel
really
it. I'm like shaking.
Speaking of terrible taste, what'd you vote for, my
son of a bitch? Also, I had to look back on the notes for that I put on this project because I preemptively put this note. I knew because you bitch every year. I knew you were going to bring up putting on Night Swim and The Strangers and all that shit. I knew you were going to bitch about it. And I put a note on here. I couldn't remember what it was. Graveyard Shark, you put on this list.
Good.
You're going to waste the spot with Graveyard Shark, but God forbid Night Swim gets on the damn list.
Graveyard Shark was better than Night Swim.
To be fair, I thought you were going to take Graveyard Shark off. I was doing that just to annoy you, not everyone else.
Well, here we are. What was it? Three people? Oh, no. Yeah, 4 people.
No.
Took that serious.
What'd you vote for?
As they should.
To further Kat's point, I voted for Terrifier 3. And let me say this. Again, it's like, yeah, you can sit and, like, obviously, if you look at Nosferatu and everything that went into it, you know, like, obviously, it's critically, I use the term textbook a lot, you know, like, like a lot more went into it, a lot more moving parts, done better, like, in a lot of different areas, sure. But to me, a movie's job above all, like, yes, you want it to look great, the writing should be great, you know, you can check all those boxes. But its number one job is to make you want to watch it. And dude, there's just something, Terrifier 3, it's not Nosferatu, it's not Alien, it's not all these other movies, Heretic and all these movies up there. Sure, that it's not. But what it is a really fun slasher movie with really good kills and great performances sprinkled in, you know, mostly David Howard Thornton, Lauren Lavera. But, you know, like just that dynamic, man, is so simple. You know, it's like if you have like a simple meal that's like your comfort meal. You know, like that's kind of what these Terrifier movies are to me, because you don't get that. They fuck up slasher movies so often. And it's such a simple formula. And they end up, they're strangers. They end up fucking it up somehow, some way, and they fucking do it. But they didn't in these Terrifier movies to me. And it's something that I'll watch over and over and over again. And like, I'm not going to sit and watch Nosferatu a lot, you know, like the same with The Substance. Yeah. Terrifier 3, man. I think they put together a great, fun slasher movie, and it captured the world. Like, we're in that moment now, like with the Friday the 13th and all that. This is the closest my generation has to that. Like, I didn't get to live through those in their peak, you know, and like, I'm getting that here. It's kind of dope.
All right. What I just heard you say is it's not as good as everything else, but I voted for it anyway.
I said in certain areas it's not, but it's better than in certain areas than those movies too.
Also, by the way, 2 people voted for Imaginary. You can't listen to the show anymore either. Get the fuck out of here. The fuck voted for Imaginary? Seriously, show yourselves. Show yourselves.
What do you think Greg voted for here?
Oh, he voted for Night Swim. That was his number 1 movie of 2024 because he's a lunatic.
Are you serious?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I was on.
I knew he liked it. I didn't know it was his number 1 pick. Oh my God, Greg.
No, I was on his live with him, and we did our top 10 or whatever. And his number 1 was Night Swim.
Did I know that? Did I block that out?
I don't know. I wish I could. So despite everything that Mikey said, I voted for Nosferatu because it does everything right. It is an amazing film. It's an amazing achievement. Seeing it, I said this when I saw it. Longlegs was for, when did Longlegs come out? It was like June or July, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. So for 6 months, I was locked in. That was going to be my number 1 movie of the year. I loved Longlegs. I thought it was terrific. And then with a week left to go in the year, I watched Nosferatu, and I was just like, it can't. It has to be this movie is number 1 of the year. It's a fantastic film and a great achievement. So that's what I voted for. But the Slashie goes to Terrifier 3.
God damn it. You're not voting anymore.
I know. We're just fucking canceled the Slashies. I'm tired of this. We've never had a good movie win Best Picture. Never once. It's always what was one time it was Halloween Kills.
God damn it.
What won last year? Some bullshit, I'm sure.
I can't even remember now. I don't remember. Oh, can I actually hold on? I can go back and look at things. Look, man, it's not as crazy of a pick as you're making it out to be.
It's a crazy
so.
pick.
Evil Dead Rise won last year.
Hey, okay. All right. You know what?
That's
I don't
not
hate
bad.
Evil Dead. It's fine. All right. That's all right.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't, dude. Sometimes it doesn't have to be all over the top. Like, yes, Nosferatu was an incredibly made movie. How many times do you sit and watch Nosferatu, Rob?
Rob's going to watch that all the goddamn time.
I will watch it more than I'll watch Terrifier 3.
I won't.
Oh, hang on. I don't know if that's true.
I've only seen Terrifier 3 once.
I know, but it's not streaming yet. You're going to end up in watch parties. You're going to see that more than any of us.
Yes, I probably won't see Nosferatu more times than I've seen Terrifier.
Okay,
which I fucking hate.
And that's fine, man. But the general public, the general consumer is not going to sit and watch a Nosferatu over and over and over again.
That's why we have to stop letting these people vote.
I'm telling you, the listeners get to nominate movies next year, but we vote amongst ourselves. I don't trust the listeners.
They can't be trusted with the vote. I mean, it's ridiculous, man.
I ain't mad at it, man. I'm not mad at it at all.
Well, no, because you contributed to the problem.
Listen. The fact that Terrifier 3 won is bad enough. The fact that 2 people voted for Imaginary is even more proof that these people shouldn't be allowed to vote.
But think about if you watch the Grammys or the VMAs, any type of big award show, there's votes for shitty movies. We just don't see the votes for the shitty things that are up there. You know, like that's what voting is. Yeah,
because they don't win.
Well, yeah, but also we're telling our runner-up. They don't tell their runner-up. They don't say, hey, how many of you assholes out there voted for this one like we do? But if they did, they would have plenty, I'm sure. That's the way it is, man.
If they did that.
Absolutely should. Yeah, I'd be more interested in that. But honestly, we are in a time of something.
Also, what? Mikey, the Grammys and the VMAs and the Oscars and all that shit, the public doesn't get to vote on that.
Yeah, it's a council.
The public has no say on any of that.
Okay, but there's a council in there that are voting for fucked up things too. That's what I'm saying. Like, it happens with anything, man. Fucking, what's his name? Got a vote to Ichiro, got a vote to not go in the Hall of Fame. Derek Jeter. You know, like, there's people that are like, what the fuck are you thinking? It exists.
Well, that's because the Baseball Hall of Fame's that voting party's a bunch of jackasses. Fuck all them.
Absolutely. But that's what I'm saying, though, man. There's weird fucking votes in anything. You know, people's tastes are people's tastes, and it's going to vary. Like,
well, look, if your taste is that Imaginary was the best horror movie of 2024, you can fuck all the way off and stop listening.
I agree, but that's also
fucking terrible.
That's why I got 2. Yeah, those people are wrong. But Terrifier 3 is a very, like, those movies, we're in a special time with those, man. Like, I've always been envious of people who were able to live through that slasher era. Not that we have a slasher era now, but we have one of the big ones in its making right now. You know, like, I feel like that aspect of it gets taken for granted, and they're doing something special. Like, we have a character that is already, as David told us on the show, is going to live past its films. You know, like, that's a big deal, man.
You've seen that before. Don't act like you've never seen that. You saw Scream.
I understand. That's what I'm saying, though. Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I was young when Scream came out. You know, like, I didn't get to really, truly appreciate. I was still sneaking watching some of those movies. You know, like,
I saw that shit in the theater when I was in college.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I didn't.
Fucking young jackass.
There you go, though. But you seen some of the Friday the 13th in theater, too, when they came out, you know, close to or in its prime. I didn't get that, man. You know, and we're kind of having that right now.
Oh, yeah. I saw all the good ones in theaters when they came out. I saw 5. I remember seeing Jason Takes Manhattan.
Okay, see, like, you missed a little bit of that, too. But you were, you know, you had that splash from it a little bit, you know? Like, I didn't have any of that.
Jason Goes to Hell at the theater.
I was watching
mad as hell the whole time.
I was watching Nightmare on Elm Street remakes in my reruns in my grandmother's kitchen decades after they came out. You know, like, that's what I had. But we're sitting here with Terrifier in its making right now, and I think they're doing something truly special. You know, like, they're not just slasher movies to me.
Right. But that's the other thing, though. Like, I'm not going to vote any of the Friday the 13th as the best horror movie of the year they came out. Like, it's just like, that's the thing. It's best film. Like, it clearly isn't Terrifier 3.
But the best horror movie, the best horror film, dude, to me, I would sit and over all these, I'd watch that again.
I could understand if the category was like the most fun, but not best. Like, it's just not.
The number one job is to make me want to watch it again, dude. And, you know, like I said, you guys might not want to watch Terrifier 2 or 3 or whatever over and over, but I would. A lot of people would.
I resent the idea that best is most rewatchable. Like, there are a lot of movies that are critically great, that are very impactful, that I'm so glad to have seen that I would probably never watch again in my life. I think there's a dissonance there.
Yeah, it's not the only thing. It also has the best protagonist out of any of these to me, like Art the Clown and him being so diverse, and the kills are fun. Like, it's just, it brings that feeling of a slasher back. And to me, those are some of the best movies to watch. I would put a Friday the 13th. I mean, if it's good, depending on which one, you know, like, I'd put it up there. Why not? Best horror movie. I mean, yeah, to me, some of those are up there.
Right.
I'm not mad at it.
I can't argue with wrong.
Well, I'm gonna call David and let him know he's bringing home 3 slashies. 3 slashies.
Yeah.
Hell of a deal. You know what? Everything considered, though, the turnout that we got for these awards, I mean, that I'm most happy with out of anything.
Yeah. We did get a good turnout this year. That was a very good thing to see. Very happy to see that. Sad that for the 4th year in a row, the Slashies have ended with with bump. Just nothing. Maybe we should move things around and do the Hall of Fame thing last or something. Going to went out on a high note with putting Chris in the Hall of Fame.
Look, that is by far the best thing that happened here tonight. By far.
I mean, there will be years where we'll end up putting Count Chocula in the Hall of Fame. That's not going to be so great, I guess.
Look, Count Chocula, strong nomination.
It's a very good cereal.
Oh, man. All right. Patreon.com/Slasher Radio tier starting as low as $3 a month. As we mentioned earlier in the show, you can get a free trial. Check it out. Thank you to Trent for taking advantage of that. I hope you like what you hear and all that stuff and you stick around.
Don't Don't listen to this week's episode, Trent.
Trent's listening right now.
You can listen to it, Trent. Just don't judge us by that one.
What else? Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Blue Sky, @Slashie Radio. You can give us a follow there. I think that's pretty much it. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't know why. Yeah. And I'm at Mikey's Dead. You can give me a follow there as well if you want to. Rob, what about you?
You can find me on Blue Sky, Instagram at Radio Rob123. You can listen to the other show that I used to do with Kat called the Nick fucking Woo Cage Cast. It is the Nick effing Woo Cage Cast in your podcast players. We just released our episode on the truth, and coming up, we will be talking about the movie Dog Eat Dog.
It's a good thing to be banned from that show. I'm telling you, it's you get to just talk freely about the puppet stuff, and it's kind of nice. Kat, what about you?
Little bit of housekeeping stuff at the end of the show here. I'm going to be stepping away for just a little bit. I have spiral rehab that I've got to get back to, but I wanted to, I've got work and I'm taking a class and my schedule has gotten a little bit hectic. Hoping to come back in the future, but I did want to give you guys some good news about what I will be doing with my time away. I've been very careful, even in our group discussions, not to mention this because I didn't want to get kicked off for breaking my for breaking any of my non-disclosure information. But I'm happy to announce here that I am doing the novelization for Ring Shark.
Oh my God.
That is how I will be using my time away.
I didn't even know Ring Shark existed.
Ring Shark exists.
Was it Chris that said it, Kat? Is that where it came from?
Ring Shark?
Yeah. I heard of it before. Or was that
It very well might have been Chris.
Either that or Chris was like joking about it and it's now somehow real or something. Like, who the hell knows? God damn. Kat.
Yeah.
I'll say it again. I've said it before.
All right.
I love your work. I think you're insanely talented. I will always, always, always support your work. You put me in a really weird spot with this shark stuff.
When I come back, it will be as the author of Ring Shark, the novelization. So.
Wonderful. Congratulations on that, Kat. We love you very much, Kat. God damn, the Ring Shark thing. What a full circle for fucking Ring Shark to be the thing.
I'm campaigning for committing to the bit next year's Slashies by chasing down the Ring Shark novelizations.
Fair enough. Well, let everybody know where they can get all your books, Kat, including Ring Shark eventually.
Yes, Ring Shark will be available on Amazon when it releases. You can also check out all of my books on my website, catvoleur.com, CATVOLEUR. You can find me on Blue Sky and Instagram, and I still sometimes linger on Twitter despite knowing better. So
better. I forget what I said. I'm not quite as white girl wasted as I was last week. What did I say? Buy 'em motherfuckers or something? I don't remember. Buy 'em motherfuckers.
Oi.
Oi. All right, guys. We will catch you next week. Good night from SLASHIE Radio.
All the best of SLASHIE Radio podcast.
Stop by Sherwin-Williams and get 30% off select paints and stains June 13th through the 23rd. It's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Refresh your home inside and out with colors that make every space feel brand new. From cozy interiors to stunning exteriors, we've got the perfect shade for your next project. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
If you're a podcast host, listen up. This one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle. And I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.